Now 2.2 left, 3-point lead for Iowa State. Wildcats will inbound the ball. They need a 3 to get to overtime. Del Orso running the line. Get it off to Love. Love, midcourt. Shot is up. Good! Love has hit a 3. We're going to overtime. From backcourt, Caleb Love has just tied this game at 71. Bedlam at McHale. 5 more minutes of basketball and we deserve it. To Love, left corner 3 is up and good.
Excellent.
Caleb Love, how about that?
What a play call. Drive it hard to the right, skip it back for 3.
Kick it out, Love, another 3 is up, good again. Caleb Love now taking over the game. Timeout, Iowa State.
What a game last night at McHale Center. I feel like it was just a few hours ago. I feel like I just got up. I think I did just get up a little while ago because we were here late into the morning, taking your calls, talking to you about one of the most dramatic wins in the history of Arizona basketball at McHale Center. We can have that debate today. We had it a little bit last night. If you didn't join us, where does that shot rank at McHale Center in terms of Wildcat lore? Some of the things we talked about, obviously ASU shot a few years ago. That was on the losing end, though. That was about a 3/4 court shot to beat the Wildcats at the buzzer. I remember sitting courtside and getting that shot. Actually, no, I was up. I was up for that one. I think Sakala was down for that game. We talked about Florida and the Mark Lions coast to coast with a layup to win it over a ranked, and that was a top 10 ranked Florida Gators team. Where does that shot rank last night by Caleb Love in the annals of all the things that we've seen over the years at McHale Center? I'm trying to remember. I've been here 17 years now. This is my 17th season covering Arizona basketball. I'm trying to remember. I don't know that there's been has there been a buzzer beater for Arizona to win a game in the last 17 years? I don't remember one, but my memory, I'm getting old. I'm in my mid to late. I'm on the downside of my 50s now, so my memory is not always that good. I'm trying to remember if there was a buzzer beater of late for the Arizona Wildcats, other than that Mark Lions game. I don't remember too many other ones, if any, in my existence here. How about you? 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Where do you put that game in the annals of McHale Center? I mean, we've seen some great performances. I mean, I've talked about it before. I mean, Jemmer Fredette, but again, that was in a losing cause.
Yes.
What he did that night, 39 points. Where do you put that game in the annals of McHale Center and the great things that we've seen in that building? I can't go back to the 70s. I wasn't here during that time. I can remember some maybe of the 80s just because I was in college in the late 80s and kind of following things. But I've only been here since 2008. And I don't remember too many shots like that on the winning side for the University of Arizona at home. And I'm talking about shots that happen elsewhere. And we can talk about, obviously, the shot in Phoenix. And now that's in Phoenix. I'm talking about shots here in Tucson to win a game or to prolong a game like that shot last night by Caleb Love. All right, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text the show at that number. Don't forget to download the app, Wildcats Radio 1290, the app. You can communicate with us through the app by text message, by audio message, by video message. You can do all of that on the front page of our app. Let's take a call. Let's talk to Rick. You're on DK on the Sports Tip, Rick.
Hey, guys. Certainly one of the greatest wins in Arizona history at home, for sure. There are a couple that I can think of, and I've been around a minute. The only ones that are close were the game against Oregon State, I believe, the clutch shot.
Yeah, Craig McMillan. We talked about that one last night.
And that was one. There was another game early in Lute's career when we were playing ASU, and I think it was here. We were down by 7. This is before the 3-point shot, and I literally sort of lost interest. And someone told me later we won, which I never have done that again. That's why sports is the only reality TV there is that's real. And we came back and won the game with no 3-point shot. That was really miraculous. And one shot that wasn't at McHale that's really underrated because of how it all finished was Salim beat Oklahoma State in the Sweet 16 on a 3-pointer, and people forget that.
Oh, yeah.
But that was a big-time win last night. You know what? You got to live with Caleb Love. Love him, hate him. The guy's got huevos.
Exactly. That's what Kelvin said last night. And we appreciate your call, Rick. Kelvin said last night, there's not a lot of kids that want the ball in that moment. That's the guy you want to have the ball in that moment. He's the guy. And I said last week about Caleb Love, look, I'd rather go out. If this team is going to go out, I'd rather them go out with Caleb Love taking 22 shots than Caleb Love taking 8 shots like he's done at times this season. If we're going to lose that game, I want to lose it with him trying to do whatever he could to get Arizona a win because he's the guy. Let's not kid ourselves about who the man is on this team. Like Reggie Jackson once said, and a lot of people I don't like Reggie Jackson. I've never been a big Reggie Jackson fan, but I'll quote what he said. He was and maybe he didn't say it according to him, but it was written, he was the straw that stirs the drink. Caleb Love is the straw that stirs the drink on this team. And you're going to go down with him or you're going to go up with him. That's just the reality of what this is. And I'll go down with him shooting 22 shots. I'm fine with that because it was ugly down the stretch. But shooters got to keep shooting. And, man, did he make the ones that counted. The last 3. And we talk about how much do we talk about sports? All you're going to remember is what happened at the end.
This is true.
You're not going to remember. You're not going to remember that fumble in those 2 fumbles in the first quarter. If Saquon Barkley takes it 60 yards at the end of the game to win it, you'll never remember what happened. What, he fumbled? Really? No, I don't remember that. I just remember he went 60 yards to win the game and put us in the Super Bowl. You always remember what happened at the end. Great players can make it happen at the end. And, man, was that a fabulous ending last night.
Yep. It was very, very good. And we had another caller here that wanted to remind us about that 7-up shootout finish against Cincinnati where you had that Miles Simon 65-foot game winner out. It was a neutral court game, so it wasn't necessarily, quote-unquote, the McHale magic. But
that's what I said. I mean, we can. I want games at McHale Center.
I think one that I personally remember a lot, it wasn't a game-clinching, it wasn't a buzzer-beating shot. It was a buzzer-beating block, and that was Derek Williams' block against Washington. That was at McHale. And I just remember with 0.2 seconds left and just seeing Derek Williams go across it and just smack that thing like he was playing volleyball. That was one that I particularly remember. But, again, it's not a shot that they hit. It was a shot that they blocked. So slightly different aspect to that.
And that was a whiteout. That was a whiteout game. Yep.
Which apparently Brian Jeffries made the mention that apparently the U of A has a losing record in the whiteout games.
Yeah, I heard him say that for sure. Man, I still can't believe it. It's still just hard to believe. And again, I'll admit I'm torn how to feel about it. I mean, it was a great win and you loved it and it was awesome and that feeling is there. But again, the Wildcats were beat. You won the game. You forced overtime on a miracle shot. And again, that's the way games happen. 2 years ago, the Sun Devils were beat. But they won the game on a miracle shot. That's basketball. How do you evaluate the other? So what, it was 2.2 seconds and then take the overtime out of it? How do you evaluate the 39 minutes and 57.8 seconds that happened before that?
Well, the first 20 minutes, U of A seemed to have a good formula going on there. I mean, they were up by 4 going into the half. The problem was the turnover problem kind of reared its ugly head in the second half. That was the big thing that was kind of keeping Iowa State in that game more so than, again, Timon Lipsey was having himself a game, which seems to be a situation where whenever Arizona goes up against one of these quad one kind of games, that there's happens to be somebody that just decides that this is the day they're going to get hot from wherever they want to shoot on the court. And that was Lipsey's game. I mean, they did a tremendous job shutting down Curtis Jones. It was the other guys that were keeping Iowa State in that game between Lipsey and Keyshawn Gilbert. 17 points for him as well. I mean, every other starter but Curtis Jones scored in double figures in that game. But again, the turnovers were a big, big issue. Particularly when you look at Jaden Bradley, 6 turnovers from your starting one guard. That's not what you really want to see. That being said, 7 steals. So for all the turnovers he was a part of, he forced one more turnover than he gave up. So how do you equate that in regards to the grading scale? It's hard. It's hard to make that decision.
Somebody brought up last night the 1999 game where Jason Terry shot an air ball and Richard Jefferson picked it out of the air and put it in the final seconds. Wasn't at the buzzer or anything, but it was in the final seconds. It was the last basket, the game-winning basket for the Arizona Wildcats last night. We had the gentleman that just called up who, and several people last night that also mentioned, and J-Dub talks about this all the time, McMiracle, the Craig McMillan. But so many more people, and again, I don't know that I've actually seen the video of that. I've heard about it. But so many people talk more about the pass by Steve Kerr to Craig McMillan than they do about the shot by Craig McMillan there. But again, it came at the buzzer, and it was a game winner for the Arizona Wildcats. Memories at McHale Center. We've had a lot of them. But is there one that tops what we saw last night? 520-848-1290. We are way past our out time on this first break of the hour. Much more coming up straight ahead for you. We'll talk about last night's game. We'll get into everything that happened with the NFL over the weekend and the Super Bowl coming up. We'll update you on the Suns. Is Yusuf Nurkic still on the team? What is going on with Nurkic and the head coach? DK on the Sports Tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
The big game is almost here, and it's your last chance to get in on the action. It's Jim Rome for Prize Picks, the best place to cash in on the big game. The app is really simple to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projection, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money. My crew and I have had a blast playing on Prize Picks all season long. Prize Picks is available to play in more than 40-plus states now, including California and Texas. Join now and get your lineup in because Prize Picks has live projections on the game right now, and don't forget, they will have a free square for the big game too. Download the Prize Picks app today and use my last name Rome as your promo code and get $50 in bonus promo funds instantly when you play $5. That's code Rome on Prize Picks to get $50 in bonus promo funds instantly when you play $5. Prize Picks, run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-345-2789. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance to buy $1 million million of affordable term life for you. All you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-345-2789. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-345-2789. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-345-2789. 800-345-2789 or biglou.com.
Navy Federal Credit Union can help you dominate debt with a 0% intro APR on credit card balance transfers for 12 months. And right now, you could get $250 when you spend $2,500 using a Cash Rewards or Cash Rewards Plus card. Visit NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. After the intro rate expires, variable APRs are 15.15% to 18% based on credit worthiness. Rates are subject to change. ATM fees for cash advances are up to $1 at non-Navy Federal ATMs.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has greenlighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at Tax Help USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-426-0177. If you or your business owe at least $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call Tax Help USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-426-0177. 800-426-0177. That's 800-426-0177.
Not available in all states. Individual results will vary. Program qualification required.
Clones, listen up. Not all beef jerky is the same. In fact, there are major differences in quality from one brand to the next. Old Trapper is a better way to snack, chock full of good protein to satisfy your manliest hunger cravings. Every bite is better for you and higher in essential protein than chips, sugar-filled energy bars, and candy. Old Trapper in the Clearview bag is the world's finest jerky, made with only the best ingredients. So ask for Old Trapper by name because no other jerky compares. Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Did you know that the Chevy Silverado is the #1 best-selling full-size truck in Arizona? Did you know that O'Reilly Chevrolet has the largest selection of trucks in the valley? Now you do.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
I'm from the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center. This is Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Ruth Ruff east of I-10 with a collision that occurred and some slowdowns on westbound Ruth Ruff as you approach I-10. Nogales Highway and Old Nogales Highway, we've got a report of a vehicle fire, Old Nogales Highway and Nogales Highway. Pretty good chance of rain this afternoon into this evening, 38 the low. Tomorrow, 50 is the high with a 50% chance of rain and 56 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Tap into your well-being with Audible audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Expand your life with expert insight and motivation for better health, habits, relationships, finance, and more. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. So glad you could be with us. Obviously, we had a Monday game day this week. They had all been on Tuesday, so we're kind of used to Tuesday being the game day. So we actually got 4 days between games for the Wildcats to reset off of their win last night over the Iowa State Cyclones, the number 3 Cyclones, before they head to Tempe in the rivalry game on Saturday, a morning game, 11 a.m. CBS. Boy, CBS makes you play early. That's for sure. we'll be on the air at 7:30. I thought for a minute about going up to Tempe and maybe doing the shows up there on Saturday, but I was like, first of all, we'd have to access the arena by 6:30 in the morning. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not going to even I'm not going to put them through that. I'm not going to put me through that. I'd have to go up on Friday. And, even though I love going to the Valley, don't get me wrong, but it's if it was maybe a little bit later start time, it would have worked better. But we'll just stay here on this one coming up this Saturday. So the Daily Star had an article today, and they put out some buzzer beaters in history. So apparently in 1973, our guy Bob Elliott hit a 35-foot shot at the buzzer to beat Kansas State, number 14 Arizona, number 13 Kansas State. So Big Bird with the first buzzer beater in building history. So I'm going to put that one. I'm trying to come up with 4 so I can make this a question of the day. So I think that's going to be my 4th. So we've got, and I'll put this up for you. We've got Bob. I already put up one question of the day for you. We'll get to that here in a minute. It's got more to do with the NFL, and I'm, I'll get to it. I've just had it with some things. So at least one thing about the NFL, and it has nothing to do with the officiating because I don't go down that road. I'll let the conservatives go down that road because they want to get mad about everything. So I've got McMiracle. So we'll go back. We got Bob Elliott in the 70s. We've got McMiracle in the 80s. We've got Mark Lyons. That was 2014. And now we've got Caleb Love in 2025. So we'll make those our 4 choices for the best late shot moment in the history of McHale Center. So we'll put that up. That's going to be one of our questions of the day, and we'll get that up for you here shortly. But the one I just put up is, should the NFL ban the tush push? I hate that play. Absolutely hate it. It should not be in the game. And granted, look, I know my college benefited from it many years ago.
Oh, the Bush push, you
push was probably where that all started. Because I don't know if I'd really ever seen anything like that. I'm sure it probably had happened before, but I don't remember it until I saw that, and now it's a thing.
This is the difference, though, is that was literally a situation where Matt Leinert's trying to get the quarterback sneak against Notre Dame, and he gets stymied, and Reggie Bush comes from 6 yards behind him in a single back formation and then just decides that, you know what, I'm just going to push Matt until he gets in. That wasn't the design of the play.
Well, true.
That was just something that Reggie did because he had the presence of mind to say he needs the extra leverage. I'm 6 yards behind him. I better get a running start and just push him into the end zone, and hopefully we just roll over some guys and get in the end zone. This is a play that is specifically designed to get 2 tight ends or a fullback and a tight end or whatever the case may be directly behind the quarterback and try to nudge him ever so slightly over the top of the lineman to then get it in the end zone.
Yeah.
That's the main difference. And the whole thing is that it's out of the design of the quarterback kneel down. Like, that's what the play design looks like before the ball is snapped. It just so happens to be that, well, instead of taking a knee backwards, I'm just going to lean forward and get the extra yard. That's the whole thing. When Josh Allen did the over-the-top, quarterback dive where he just flopped himself over his offensive line to get the first down against KC, which what he should have done on the other one that was really critical, but that's a conversation for another day. But when Jalen Hurts and the Eagles do it, it's just, hey, we're just going to push Jalen until he gets over the end line. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, I hate it. I want to see it go away. All right, so that's the first question. I may give you multiple questions of the day today.
Right.
But that's the first one. Should the NFL ban the tush push? Head on over to Twitter right now, Wildcats1290. We got it up, and you can vote on it there.
Before we decide whether or not we want to keep or get rid of the tush push, let's go ahead and make sure that we can have an understanding about what a NFL football catch is, because I still don't know what a catch is. That Chiefs-Bills game once again made me ask the question, do we know what a catch is by definition?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We still don't know.
No. Yeah. It's interesting. And we've got all this technology, and we can't get things right.
Microchip in the ball, man.
Microchip
in the ball.
Hey, there you go. Microchip the ball. I like that. There we go. That's even better technology for these games. And we can take all the human element out of it. I'm sure there's people that want to do that. No more umpires. Take the umpires out. Get rid of the people. Let's just get rid of the people and have technology do everything, right? There won't be any jobs left. Well, hey, let's bring in technology to do these talk shows. We don't need people to do those.
Self-checkout line has worked fine for us for years.
Love hit a bucket to send the Wildcats into overtime. It did not compute.
Man, I didn't realize we had Johnny 5 employed over here.
Just fire everybody. Fire everybody. And hire droids. That's what the world's going to come to anyway. All right, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We've got our Beck Hewitt Network top plays coming up for you a little bit later. We had a play last night that we gave you. We'll see if we won on that. It involved David's favorite hockey team, so we'll see how that went since their season is kind of in the toilet right now. We'll give you a top play for tonight that involves college basketball. We'll also check in with Pima basketball here coming up. That's going to be in about 15 minutes. We'll check in with Pima basketball and chat with Kylie Sowers-Miller from the Pima women's basketball team. They have won 8 in a row, and they've got their rivalry game with Mesa coming up. It's rivalry week. Pima and Mesa tomorrow, both men and women up on West Anklam Road. Arizona State men on the road this Saturday. So it is, I guess, officially now we have reached rivalry week, so no forks. No forks, correct? For eating.
This is true. All
everything,
chopsticks now.
Everything is chopsticks and spoons, everybody. No forks for the next 4 days until after the Arizona State game. So if you're at home right now, put that fork down. Put it down now. Put that fork down and go get you a spoon. No forks this week. DK on the Sports Tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
The Home Depot has up to 35% off select appliances like Samsung, ranked #1 in customer satisfaction. Shop the mega capacity 3-door French door refrigerator with 4 types of ice to chill your drink faster. Or the 5-burner electric range with no preheat air fry for healthier, crispy food all in your oven. Right now, get up to 35% off select appliances at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Visit jdpower.com/awards for more details. Pricing valid January 9th through January 29th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and switch to the expensive shampoo with amino acids. Sure, you don't know what those are or why you need them, but it sounds very impressive. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can massage it into your scalp every day. Now, if only you can get people to lean toward your head to smell those aminos. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shampoo, Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TIP to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text TIP to 321-321. That's TIP to 321-321.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
The big game is almost here, and it's your last chance to get in on the action. It's Jim Rome for Prize Picks, the best place to cash in on the big game. The app is really simple to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projection, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money. My crew and I have had a blast playing on Prize Picks all season long. Prize Picks is available to play in more than 40-plus states now, including California and Texas. Join now and get your lineup in, because Prize Picks has live projections on the game right now, and don't forget, they will have a free square for the big game too. Download the Prize Picks app today and use my last name, Rome, as your promo code, and get $50 in bonus promo funds instantly when you play $5. That's code Rome on Prize Picks to get $50 in bonus promo funds instantly when you play $5. Prize Picks, run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Lewis drives the lane, scoop it up, no good, rebound, Owaka, lay it in again.
That right side for him, he's had 3 offensive rebound putbacks in that same exact spot.
Tobe Owaka with his 4th double-double of the year.
Tobe Owaka was huge last night. He's been huge. He was huge in both these games. This weekend, what do you have, a combined 27 rebounds in 2 games? I don't know if that's going to get him. Do they have a rebounder? I don't think they have a rebounder of the week in the Big 12. I don't know that they do
I
that.
would be surprised if they did. I haven't heard of it. And to be fair, Tobe Owaka should have been the rebounder of the week about not this last week, but the week before, if I'm not mistaken, because he was also on one with the rebounding side. I mean, 15 rebounds against Colorado, and then in this game against Iowa State, he had another 12, 4 of which were offensive rebounds. I mean, yeah, he just owned the offensive side of the glass for the U of A.
And he scored on all 4 of those.
Yep.
Offensive rebounds, 3 field goals and 2 free throws. So, again, 8 points off of his own offensive boards. Second chance opportunities. The Wildcats, I believe, had 17 second chance points in that game, and Tobe Owaka had half of those. That was also big in last night's 86-75 win over the number 3 team in the country, the Iowa State Cyclones. I was reading, of course, I guess there was some guy on Twitter who had tweeted out, great win in terms of having Iowa State already won the game, and then it didn't happen, and he's taking a lot of flack, obviously.
You never
today.
count the chickens before they hatch.
Well, hey, you know, our girl Priscilla, she learned a valuable lesson. Never take your camera off the floor until the game's actually over.
Yep.
You know, I can't teach all these lessons. You got to learn the hard lessons sometimes the hard way. And she learned a hard lesson there, sitting courtside and didn't get the shot. I'm like, did you get the shot? Did you get the shot? No, I was preparing to leave. Well, you just learned a valuable lesson. Never prepare to leave until the game is actually over.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to put this question of the day, the second question of the day up. Right now, what is your favorite, and I'm wording it as Arizona men's basketball game-winning shot at McHale Center? Not necessarily buzzer beater, because not everything was a buzzer beater. In terms of this, you've got, we mentioned the shot. I'm going to put the shot by Bob Elliott to beat Kansas State. So McHale was just opening then. So just the first big shot at late in the game in the new building at the time. We'll put in Craig McMillan's shot in the 80s to beat Oregon State. Mark Lyons, I just went back and watched the video on that during the break. That he hit that with 7 seconds to go. And then Florida had a chance to go down and win the game, down 1, and they couldn't get a good shot at the rim. And the Wildcats held them off 65-64. So that was really with 7 seconds to go. And then last night, Caleb Love at the buzzer to send the game into overtime. So that was the only one in this group that did not actually win a game per se. It just sent the game into overtime. And the Wildcats could have lost the game in overtime. And that leads to a whole different question that I want to ask. Like, what's the biggest sporting memory you have of a play that extended a game, but then that team lost the game? And I'll give you mine. It was, I want to say it was 2000. Let me look it up real quick here just so I get the year right. I want to say it was 2006 when in the National League Championship Series, Albert Pujols hit a home run. The Cardinals, I believe, were down to like their last out. And Albert Pujols hit a home run to tie the game. And I think they may have actually won that game, if my memory serves me correctly. It was 2005. But then they lost the next game, and the Astros went to the World Series. That's one that I remember. I just remember because that was my first year. I was doing games in the Cardinals minor league system for their AAA club. And I just remember Albert hitting that home run, but they lost that series. What is that moment for you? A game that you remember where, man, like it might have been somebody hitting a shot to force overtime and then your team lost. I mean, that happened to the Suns, right? The Suns.
Yep.
Against the Celtics, right?
Yep.
That would be a memory like that, where your team extended the game, saved themselves, but still lost the game. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. I'm trying to remember in all of my years, I'm sure it's happened, in all of my years as a Browns fan, I'm sure that well, I mean, the catch by Brennan to put the Browns ahead in the 86 AFC Championship game that set up the drive. That was the touchdown, and then the kickoff, and they fumbled it, and the ball was at the 2. So that to me is probably in my life in terms of rooting interest the biggest thing, because we were like 4 or 5 minutes away from the Super Bowl and thought we were going. And then John Elway just ripped it out of our chest, ripped our hearts out. How about you? You got anything of that nature for you that comes to mind?
Norm Johnson kicks the game-tying field goal, and Phil Luckett doesn't understand how to listen for heads or tails. I mean, that to me is probably the one that I remember the most.
Steelers-Lions?
Yep, Steelers-Lions in Thanksgiving. It was a bit of a comeback there for the Lions. They had a touchdown pass and a field goal, so they came back from down 10 points. And then they took the lead, and then Norm Johnson hits a game-tying field goal from 25 yards out with 4 seconds left, and Phil Luckett just doesn't understand what tails is, because he hears a hesitation in Jerome Bettis' voice and assumes the hesitation means, oh, he said heads. He's like, no, he breathed, and he said tails, and everyone heard it on the microphone. He said tails, and Jason Hansen kicks a 42-yard field goal to win it on overtime. I want to say that might have been one of the few times that the Lions had won on Thanksgiving before they had that long stretch of just couldn't find a win on the last Thursday of November.
All All right, we've once again blown past our break. So let's get to break because we're going to talk to Kylie Sowers-Miller from Pima Basketball next. It's DK on the Sports Tip. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together. Overturned vehicle off in the median, I-10 near State Route 83. The collision occurred from the westbound side of I-10 near as you approach State Route 83. Other collisions Anway south of El Tiro and Ruthroff east of I-10. Nogales Highway and Old Nogales Highway, a vehicle fire. There is a chance of rain this afternoon into this evening, 38 the low. Tomorrow, 50 is the high with a 50% chance of rain and 56 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals use proprietary AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
So we might. (520-848-1290) 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We've got much more coming up for you here straight ahead. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
And that's why I always come up with the best ideas.
All right, you had a good idea last month.
Yep, people really loved getting a brand new Alaskan AC Grizzly with 12 months, no payments, and no interest.
Plus a 10-year guarantee on parts and labor.
It was a good idea, Gary.
Bet you can't pull another rabbit out of your pants.
Hat.
Bet I can.
Bet you can't.
All right, settle down. Let's hear Gary's idea for this month.
Let's do it again.
Do it again? That's your idea?
Not good.
Not good? It's
brilliant.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Gross.
Give the people what they want.
Another month to get in on the best thing we do all year.
Folks can get the AC that was built for Arizona summers.
They can get it and make no payments until 2026.
And they're getting 10 years parts and labor covered.
Then it's settled. Alaskan AC is giving you another chance to get our exclusive made for Arizona air conditioner.
The Grizzly.
AlaskanAC.com.
Hey, Eugene, what's with the giant pile of scratcher tickets?
Just my next greatest idea ever.
Playing the lottery?
That's right, Doug. With all my winnings, I can enroll in the UberTube car repair classes and finally fix your car right. No more disasters, Doug. Your luck is about to change.
Well, then keep on scratching, Eugene.
Good luck, Eugene. But if you need a sure thing for your next set of tires or automotive repair, check out Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. With more than 35 Top Shop awards and our Partners Network 3-year nationwide warranty, you can count on Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care.
And check out this month's special savings.
You'll find an entire page of them online at jackfurriers.com. Savings on tires, oil changes, batteries, wheel alignments, and more.
So call ahead, make an appointment online, or just stop by any of our 14 area locations.
Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Enjoy up to 70% off premium products, designer handbags, gift cards from national chains, autographed sports memorabilia, cruises, hotel accommodations, and more. SweetDeals.com. Click Premium.
Hey, it's David Kelly, DK on the Sports Tip. Are you someone who has a passion for music and sports and is interested in starting a career in radio? Well, our promotions department is looking for hardworking, dedicated people to join our promotion street team. If you're outgoing, have a solid work ethic, and a flexible schedule, then this may be the job for you. For more information, visit wildcatsradio1290.com or apply now at cumulusmedia.com. Clean driving record required. Must be 18 years or older to apply.
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
I'm Bill Ryder with the Sports Minute. I apologize in advance to our friends in Dallas who may be listening to this, but the fact is Jerry Jones is the worst general manager in America. Yesterday's press conference was hard to listen to. For those of us that like Jerry, it made us sad. The Cowboys are run by somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, and the dumpster fire that's been that organization for a long time looks sure to continue. I'm Bill Ryder.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with a sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours. Lowe's knows how to help make your Super Bowl 59 party a touchdown. Let us help you prep your home to host with top brands like Charbroil, Blackstone, and LG, so you can be the MVP of game day. Plus, use the Lowe's app to find what you need for a seamless shopping run. Or huddle up with our Lowe's Red Vest associates to help make all your game time hosting decisions.
Ball knocked away, got it back. Cats trying to tie it up, stolen away by Bradley. Now the Wildcats on the run. Ahead to Lewis. KJ to the bucket and lay it in.
DK on the sports tip, 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is going to make it on the program. I'm all over the place today, so bear with me. It was a late night, early morning. Actually, I forgot. We rescheduled Kylie Sowers-Miller from Pima, so we're going to talk to her in the 4 o'clock hour. Initially, we were scheduled to talk to her at 3:45, but we're going to talk to her at 4:20. So join us for that. We'll talk some Pima basketball with Kylie Sowers-Miller. So I'm getting a whole more of these now since we put out our question of the day, and it's up on Twitter right now. We got multiple questions of the day here. And in terms of the tush push, do you like that? Right now, 60% of you saying no, don't ban the tush push. Okay. I say ban the tush push. And also, what's your favorite Arizona Wildcats game-winning shot at McHale Center? Now, I've got a couple more that come by text. Nick Wise hit 2 game-winning shots at McHale Center. He beat my alma mater on senior day on a layup in 2010. I should remember that because that was my second season. Yes, second season covering the Arizona Wildcats. And then now this one, I don't know if we want to talk about it, but apparently Nick Wise also actually did hit a buzzer beater that same, I believe it was the same season, to beat Lipscomb at home in overtime, 83-82. So you needed a buzzer beater to beat Lipscomb. Hey, again, not exactly what's ideal. You wouldn't want a buzzer beater to beat a team like Lipscomb, but they got it that day, and it came from Nick Wise. So Nick Wise actually has a buzzer beater and the layup against USC. I think there was like 1.2 seconds left when he hit that one. So Nick Wise has 2 buzzer beater or 2 game-winning baskets at McHale Center.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that Lipscomb one was a first season under Sean Miller, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it was 10, 9-10. So that was Sean Miller's first season. Correct. Because that was my second year. Because my first year here was the transition year with Russ Pennell and company. And then Sean came in my second year, which was 9-10. 520-848-1290. Okay, we shut down Doug last night because it was late, because he wanted to talk a lot about this. So we are going to invite Doug back in now to continue the conversation about game-winning baskets at McHale Center. Doug, you're on DK on the Sports Tip.
Hey, Dave. What's up, man?
How are you?
Yeah, you did shut me down, but I forgive. It's all right. We're still friends.
I didn't shut you down.
Late.
J-Dub
Yeah,
did because, J-Dub doesn't like to be here late, so.
No, you guys work long days on game days. I get it. And I was definitely going on and on about history, but, I can kind of do that with U of A basketball.
There you go.
But, the fact that we've been kind of having to rack our brains to try to dig up these little nuggets of game-winning shots at McHale tells you that how rare it is.
Yeah.
There just really haven't been that many. And, you've got the Craig McMillan shot, but that was a layup. The Mark Lyons shot wasn't really as time expired. And
Yeah,
it was
that
a
was a
layup.
layup too, yeah.
And then the Richard Jefferson putting back Jason Terry's air ball, that was kind of right up the rim.
That's
also,
a layup.
but you don't really have like the ball flying through the sky, kissing the scoreboard as the clock has already expired. You've already heard the buzzer, and the only question is, does the ball go through the hoop? And so that's why, to me, and I really try not to be prisoner of the moment with sports stuff. I really try. But I really, with a night to think about it, I believe that last night was the greatest shot by a U of A player in McHale history. I just do.
I wouldn't disagree.
Awesome.
I wouldn't. I'm not gonna fight you over that.
Yeah,
I'm looking at some video right now of the Wise shot to beat Lipscomb. It was a 3. It was a lunging 3. So not past half court, but at least a shot versus a layup.
That's fine. Yeah, and that's good. But it's Lipscomb.
Yeah, exactly.
And last night we were hosting the number 3 team in the country. It was our first Big 12 matchup. Against a team that's contending for the conference title with us. Gives us a chance to maybe get back in the rankings. Just a lot of the importance around the redemption story for Caleb Love after starting 1 for 11, or whatever he was. I mean, just all of those factors combined, plus the shot itself. You have a few fans leaving early, which like you talked about, learning opportunity, folks, learning opportunity. Last night I mentioned the face stomping game against Houston where we came back from 10 down with like 52 seconds left in the Chase Sputtinger game.
Yeah.
And there were plenty of fans that left. I was at that one. There were plenty of fans that left early. And it's just, if you're down 20 with a minute left, I get it. But if you're leaving with a 2-point game with 10 seconds left or whatever it was last night, you just don't understand basketball. You just don't. I did want to address your other question, which is, a moment where your team made a play to extend the game and then you still lost.
Yeah.
And I was really having a hard time thinking of what I feel like there's got to be some in U of A football because we've had so many heartbreaks.
Oh God.
We had that game against the team from up north where we should have won it in regulation if we could just make an extra point. And then we should have at least tied it in overtime if we could make an extra point, and both times we missed with Alex and Dejas. But that's not really the same thing. That's like trying to protect the lead. So with U of A basketball, the only thing I came up with on just without really researching it, the Pac-12 tournament at the MGM Garden Arena in 2016, we were the 4 seed. Oregon was the 1 seed. And we were fighting back that whole game. And then at the very end, Mark Tollefson, if you remember that name.
Yeah, Mark Tollefson, yep.
Tollefson, he gets fouled. I think we're down by 1. And so we've got a chance to win the game, basically like no time left. We've got a chance to win the game at the line and upset a really good Oregon team. And he winds up making 1. So, as soon as he makes that first one, it's like, okay, big breath, of relief. We're not losing the game right this minute. We're extending the game to overtime. But then he misses the second, I believe. and then we lose by a few points in overtime. So that's the only one I could think of.
Yeah, that was that was they had another transfer that year that went on. I forget the guy's name. Went on to coach with Sean for a few years. I think he might actually be on Sean's staff now at Xavier. But yeah, they had a couple of big transfers that came in. I think that was the first team that Sean really had some grad guys that came in and really were instrumental players in the program. But Mark Tolson was definitely one of those guys. Ryan.
Yeah.
It was, the other kid's name was Ryan. And his last name.
Off the
top of my head
I don't have the fabulous memory for every player that didn't stick around very long. But
yeah.
What I was just going to say though about sports is that I don't know if you are the same as me here, but it's a lot easier to remember the painful losses on the game-winning shot. I mean, I can probably rattle off 10 of them, but I mean, to me, what would you say is the number one most painful last-second loss?
Loss?
In U of A sports history?
In history, wow.
Yeah, to me, it's very clear.
In history,
or maybe Dragon Ball's got it.
Yeah, for me, I would just, I guess I would go in terms of my history. I remember losing to Washington at the Pac-10 tournament.
Isaiah Thomas.
At the buzzer.
Yeah, that was a biggie.
Isaiah Thomas. That's the one that comes to immediate mind for me. How about you, Dragon Ball? You have one?
That was the Gus Johnson cold-blooded call.
Yeah, cold-blooded.
But that's not mine.
Okay.
That's not mine.
You have one,
I want to say that the one that my father refuses to ever watch the team play, and it hasn't been good for him because they've been actually successful recently.
Well, I won't prolong this, but basically it's Anderson Hunt for UNLV in 1989.
Right.
We're number one in the country, and we're expecting at least a repeat back to the Final Four. It's Sean Elliott's senior year. Everything's going for us, and we're facing UNLV in a Sweet 16 game. And Anderson Hunt pushes off Kenny Lofton, hits a three, and we go from winning to losing just like that.
Wow.
Yeah, no, my dad refuses to watch UConn because of Kemba.
Ohio State beat us in the Sweet 16. I want to say it was 2013, maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't actually like as the clock expired, maybe it was like 2 seconds left, but it basically ended the game as well. And nobody really remembers that one, but there are a lot of others, and that's what stinks. But as far as the glorious ones and at McHale, I just don't think you're going to top what we had last night to extend the game and then be able to win it in OT.
There you go, Doug. We appreciate it as always.
For sure. We'll talk to you again soon, guys.
All right, Doug in Tucson. Do you agree with Doug? Is that the best shot ever? Caleb Love. I've got another one. We'll read some more. A few more of these have come in. We'll get to those in the next hour of the program. Head on over to Twitter right now. Vote in our poll. I put up 4, and you can add more if you want to vote. You can just write in your vote. But the 4 I gave you, Bob Elliott, 1973, Craig McMillan, McMiracle in 1986, Mark Lyons to beat the Gators in 12, and Caleb Love in 25. Right now, early on, 50% of you saying Caleb Love. Caleb Love is the leader at the moment. Again, obviously most top of mind, but where does that stand in the annals of games at McHale Center? Got a couple more to talk about. But right now, Dragon Ball has everything that's happening here in Southern Arizona in sports as well as around the world.
Well, in case you didn't hear about it, there was a little bit of a bedlam at McHale, as Brian Jeffries put it.
Get it off to Love. Love, midcourt. Shot is up. Good! Love has hit a 3. We're going to overtime.
And again, that shot went ahead and pushed it to overtime, where the Arizona Wildcats ended up beating number 3 Iowa State. Tommy Lloyd said that he was just happy to see the shot fall through regardless of who was the one that put it up.
I mean, anybody shooting from half court, I'm probably not feeling great. No matter who it is. I definitely didn't think, he's due. He's going to make this one. It just happened. And then after that, I think, sometimes that happens and you have a moment and it maybe snaps you out of something and you can perform from there. So, hey, I'm going to fight and scratch and claw for all our guys. And so, that was a great moment for him. But what was even more impressive is the next 2 threes in overtime to let's win this game.
Again, Arizona now turns their attention to another tough road trip that they start up with the school up north on Saturday. And the Suns have yet to make a splash trade as the deadline approaches, but the Mercury decided to make a move. The Phoenix Mercury announced that they have acquired All-Star Alyssa Thomas from the Connecticut Sun following the team's decision to core her, meaning she could only leave Connecticut via a trade. Thomas comes to Phoenix as one of the most established defenders and facilitators in the league. She's finished in the top 5 in the MVP voting the past 3 seasons. Mercury are still waiting to see if Brittany Griner elects to leave in free agency, as well as if Deonna Taurasi will officially retire this
Dragon
offseason.
Ball, would you rather be franchise or cord?
I would rather be franchised. I don't know. Course to me just reminds me of an apple. In the meantime, the Super Bowl matchup is set after Championship Sunday. The Commanders could not stave off the Eagles as they set the new playoff record for rushing touchdowns in a game in the playoffs. And for the AFC, the Chiefs kept their hopes for a three-peat alive. They held off the Bills in the fourth quarter as Samaje Perine caught a pass to go ahead and get the necessary first down they needed to ice that game. The Eagles and Chiefs face off in the Super Bowl once again after their last matchup just 2 seasons ago. And I'm Dragon Ball with your 2020 Sports Update here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions reported Ajo and Country Club, Anway south of El Tiro, Ruthroff east of I-10. There might be 2 collisions. Ruthroff to the east of I-10. Overturned vehicle I-10 near State Route 83 in the median. That collision occurred from the westbound side of I-10 approaching State Route 83. Have a pretty good chance of rain this afternoon into this evening. 38 the low. Tomorrow 50 is the high with a 50% chance of rain. 56 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The slow roasted cantina chicken menu is here to stay with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, cause you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
And that's why I always come up with the best ideas.
All right, you had a good idea last month.
Yep, people really loved getting a brand new Alaskan AC Grizzly with 12 months, no payments, and no interest.
Plus a 10-year guarantee on parts and labor.
It was a good idea, Gary.
Bet you can't pull another rabbit out of your pants.
Hat.
Bet I can.
Bet you can't.
All right, settle down. Let's hear Gary's idea for this month.
Let's do it again.
Do it again? That's your idea?
Not good.
Not good? It's
brilliant.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Gross.
Give the people what they want.
Another month to get in on the best thing we do all year.
Folks can get the AC that was built for Arizona summers.
They can get it and make no payments until 2026.
And they're getting 10 years parts and labor covered.
Then it's settled. Alaskan AC is giving you another chance to get our exclusive made for Arizona air conditioner.
The Grizzly.
AlaskanAC.com.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 $1,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
You know it. Your neighbors know it. And let's face it, the mailman knows it too. Your yard just isn't what it used to be. But thankfully, Dorado Rock Materials can get you, well, your yard anyway, back to what it once was. And even better, Dorado Rock Materials has just what your yard needs, from decorative rock to boulders and everything in between, brought right to you. And if you need help spreading it, we can help with that too. Dorado Rock Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Your home for everything Arizona Wildcats. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290, KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station.
Throw it over to Carter Bryant. He'll shoot a three. He scores a three. Carter Bryant, Alexis of Tucson Charity 3, and the Wildcats lead by 9.
Carter Bryant, man, 4 3-point shots last night. Hit that one in the overtime session. Arizona Wildcats 86-75 in overtime, upset the number 3 team in the country, the Iowa State Cyclones. There's a lot of talk after the game. I guess, again, it's college basketball. You win games and your students want to celebrate. There's a lot of talk about the Wildcat students not storming the floor after the win. Like, hey, we've been here before. We know how to win. I mean, obviously, we mentioned that happened. I believe, Vanderbilt stormed the floor after they beat Kentucky, and they're probably going to get another fine. They already got fined for doing that in football. And obviously, it's dangerous, so you want to be careful when those things happen. I remember in college, we went through a long stretch when I was in college of not beating UCLA in basketball, and we finally beat them my senior year, and the students stormed the floor. It was fun. You don't beat a team for a long time. There might be a reason to do that. But again, just a big game. Treat it as a big game. You go in, you expect to win, you expect to play well, and hey, they're going to get another shot. There's going to be a return game at their place. Imagine that. You get 2 games against that. Iowa State was not one of the teams I put. I mean, obviously, they are one of the better teams in basketball. They certainly were not one of the schools I had put on our ledger as a potential rival when I was talking about schools that you might be able to align new rivalries with here in this conference. But certainly, that's possible. It's certainly possible when you're talking about them in basketball, because they've got a great young coach in TJ Oxelberger. Next time we have a chance to talk to Desiree Reed-Francois, I imagine we probably will chat with her tomorrow. We'll ask her about, she hired him. She hired him at UNLV out of South Dakota State, gave him his first major conference opportunity. So we'll talk to her and get her thoughts on, I think that was really for, because UNLV, I believe, was her first job as an AD. That was her first hire. So I'm sure when you're becoming AD, that first big hire you make is one you always remember. And for Desiree Reed-Francois, that was TJ Oxelberger. So we'll get her thoughts next time we speak with her on her guy.
With the whole court storming thing, I'll admit here on air, as an NAU alumni, we very rarely ever had moments where we could afford to storm the court. The one time, as a matter of fact, one of the assistant coaches for the U of A right now, Mr. Jack Murphy, he was the head coach of the NAU Lumberjacks when the Lumberjacks were able to go all the way to the championship of the CIT tournament. And it was a tournament where higher seeds would be able to host. And NAU hosted in the quarterfinal and the semifinal, where they beat Kent State and they beat NJIT. And I remember being a part of both of those games as a member of the crowd and also as a student, obviously, for the sports department. But I remember storming the court for those 2 wins. And again, for us at NAU, that was our shining moment. The CIT was probably about as good as we're going to get. Because our last NCAA tournament appearance was in the year 2000. Mm-hmm. So we really, in essence, we all knew that this was going to be the best chance that we were going to see something magical for NAU during our time there as students. But again, for U of A, again, you've been the number 1 team in the country in the past. You've had a national championship. You've been the 1 seed in multiple different eras of the brackets and stuff like that for the West and the North and all that other stuff. So I can see why it would be it makes more sense for the U of A fans to not storm the court, at least from the student section aspect. It was like, act like you've been there.
Yeah. We have another game-winning shot. My guy Brad Alice checks in and says Salim Stoudemire to beat UCLA hit a jumper back in the day, 2005 at McHale Center. Salim Stoudemire with about 2.5 seconds to go hits a jumper to beat UCLA at McHale Center. Put that on the list of shots. Great shots at McHale Center. What is your favorite? Do you have a favorite? 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. Is it last night? Is that the best shot ever? I mean, three-quarter court. Or was it three-quarter court? Or I'd have to go back and look at the video. Was it a little bit under half court? I think he was still over the line, right? Last night. See how quickly you forget stuff? It's like, man, it was just, it all goes so fast. But again, a long, long shot, no matter how far it was, to send a game into overtime. We've got a list up right now on Twitter, Wildcats1290. You can add to that list. Write in a vote. We'll take write-ins. You can write in your choice if it's not on that list. Mark Lyons, 2012, layup to beat Florida. McMiracle, Craig Millen on the pass from Steve Kerr. 1986. Bob Elliott to beat Kansas State. 1973. Where my old heads at? Where my old heads? Where my OGs at? I know there's OGs. We get what's our one OG that calls all the time? Oh gosh, can't remember his name. He called yesterday, or was it yesterday, or maybe after Saturday's game, about how the games aren't on TV. He can't see ESPN Plus because none of the bars have it. Our OG, he always says, I go way back to the Fred Snowden days. He would remember that shot. He would absolutely remember that shot by Bob Elliott. I'll have to ask him about that next time he calls in. 1973. Cricket joins us now. She is the third member of our program today. J-Dub has the day off.
What's up, boys?
Cricket, we were up late. We were late last night.
Yeah, that was a late start, man.
Yeah, it was late.
A late start.
It's not so much. Finish. Yeah, late. The finish is what makes it really. The start. You could get by that. I think most people could get by that. It's the finish for us.
Well,
it's not until 2 a.m.
You can get behind the start if it's a full slate of games. JW and I had this conversation. It was 2 basketball games across the entire country last night.
That's true.
And that was the 2 start times that they chose. And yeah, I get that Duke versus NC State, there's some legacy behind that. I know that we're getting ready for Jimmy V season, remembering Jim Valvano. But at the same time, that's not a game that needs to be starting at, 6 o'clock Mountain Time? That's 8 o'clock on the East Coast.
Ooh.
That's not a game this season with where NC State is this year.
They had coaches for cancer, obviously, this weekend's game, and they painted their shoes. What they did was they take the gym shoes, Cricket, to Banner Children's Hospital, and then the kids paint the shoes.
Really?
And then the coaches and the players will wear those shoes during the game.
Love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aww.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever like my wife used to run? She used to do this outfit when she first started running called Team in Training. And it was like you would run for bloodborne diseases, lymphoma, leukemia, and that kind of thing. Have you ever done an athletic event for anything like that too, or because you don't really run too much, do you? You're not a runner.
No, I'm a walker.
You're a walker.
I've done like this.
Have you ever walked for a cause?
Yeah, the Susan G. Komen.
Susan G. Komen.
Yeah, done that a few times. Yeah.
There you go. Those are always great events. It's always great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, great events to really participate in, to raise money for the fight against cancer. We want to obviously send some prayers out to our friend Shannon, who's going through a surgery today, and she's dealing with some things as well. So we definitely want to send our thoughts out to Shannon. I know you're close to her. How is she doing going in?
Well, I talked to her husband maybe like an hour ago, and she should maybe be out of surgery by now.
Okay.
And then I think she recovers for an hour or two there, and then she should go home.
Oh, so it's outpatient.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed that
Okay.
it goes as smooth as possible.
Right.
But no surgery is,
Yeah.
easy.
Right.
No surgery is simple.
No,
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly. When they're cutting on you or anything like that. So,
Mhm.
I mean, we're all gets in. It's, we just, we say our prayers, and we hope we've got obviously somebody else going through a little bit of a surgery coming up too. So we're getting to that time. I said earlier, I mean, I'm like in my mid 50s. We're getting to that time in our lives where these things start to happen. And so we just hope and pray that they go smoothly and we can be back 100% and continue doing the things that we love. And that's talking on the radio to all the fabulous folks out there.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Truth.
Why are you laughing about
Well,
that?
It's just like, we get to have our favorite time where we just sit down in a chair and we talk about
chit-chat
nonsense.
about our favorite stuff. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
We talk about nonsense and complain about how late we have to work.
Well, it was late. I didn't get home till 3:30 in the morning, man.
Dang,
And
that's
then
when I wake
turn
up.
around. Yeah, I was getting home just when you're getting up.
Yeah. Wow.
Absolutely. My goodness. I need an energy drink.
Remember, Red Bull, you only have Red Bull straight. You're not allowed to put it into anything else.
Oh, here.
Vodka.
Here, exactly.
You're not supposed to put but that's just it. Even at home, you're not supposed to mix Red Bull with anything.
Who
That's
says
on
that?
That's on the can, man.
They put that on
is
the
it?
can
Yeah,
now?
it's on the
Then
can,
why do
it's
they
on the
have that? Why do
packaging.
they have it in bars then?
Because people love to break the rules, DK.
Rule breaker.
Okay. I'm a rule breaker then.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a favorite energy drink, Cricket? Do you have one you drink?
I used to drink a lot of the no sugar monsters.
Oh,
Red Bull's good too.
No
sugar-free.
sugar monsters.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've not had the no sugar monster.
Yeah, I like the sugar free.
Okay.
I mean, there's plenty of energy in it already.
Without
I don't need
the sugar?
Without the sugar, yeah. Bouncing off the wall.
Wire traffic and weather every time. Wait! There's an accident over there.
Yep,
All right.
Truth.
All right, what's happening out there today? It's supposed to get cold. Is it tonight? I thought I'm supposed to play golf Thursday, and then they said it might rain, but now I guess it's not going to rain, so that's good at least.
Well,
But-
I think it's raining now.
is it here?
Yeah,
Oh,
a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And so from the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together with a collision center reported overturned vehicle I-10 near State Route 83 off in the median occurred from the westbound side of I-10 approaching State Route 83. Other collisions, Colossal Cave Road at I-10, Fort Lowell west of Tucson Boulevard, Ajo and Country Club, also Amway south of El Tiro. And there is a really good chance of rain continuing into this evening. 38 our overnight low tomorrow. 50 is the high with the 50% chance of rain tomorrow and a 55 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' Cay. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Visit Lennar's 2 communities in Rockin' Cay with home savings up to $25,000 and limited time interest rate and closing cost incentives on select move-in ready homes. LiveRockingCay.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
All right, she's inside. Are you good?
Yeah. It's just, she's my baby girl, you know?
I do, and ceramic coating was a good choice.
She's beautiful.
Yep, I know.
Recon Auto Detailing. Enhance or restore your baby to her former glory with paint recondition, ceramic coating, paint protection, tinting, and more for full protection of your vehicle inside and out. New cars, old cars, we love them all. Recon Auto Detailing, 3829 North Oracle Road, Tucson. ReconDetail.com.
Milo's Rewards Week is coming, and it's kind of a big deal. Members, get ready for 7 days of up to 40% off store-wide on hundreds of items. Save on the top brands in bath, tools, paint, and more. Our biggest member deals are on January 30th through February 5th. So if you're not a loyalty member, now's the time to join for free. Lowe's knows home improvement. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Hey, it's David Kelly, DK on the Sports Tip. Are you someone who has a passion for music and sports and is interested in starting a career in radio? Well, our promotions department is looking for hardworking, dedicated people to join our promotion street team. If you're outgoing, have a solid work ethic, and a flexible schedule, then this may be the job for you. For more information, visit wildcatsradio1290.com or apply now at cumulusmedia.com. Clean driving record required. Must be 18 years or older to apply.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply. Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TIP to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text TIP to 321-321. That's TIP to 321-321.
Ready? Go.
Okay, doctor.
Operation.
No, the most amazing care.
They changed my life. Kindness Hospital for Children! Because people just like you, kids like me, can play in the game of life. Thank you! Go to loveshriners.org right away. Thank you!
I'm Taylor Bishotti with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. 4 new head coaches were introduced Monday, including Brian Schottenheimer with the Cowboys, who becomes the 10th head coach in franchise history. Owner Jerry Jones acknowledged hiring the 39-year-old with no head coaching experience is a big risk. Brian is the son of legendary head coach Marty Schottenheimer. In New York, Aaron Glenn was introduced as the Jets' new head coach and made no promises when asked about Aaron Rodgers' future with the team, saying they'll spend time reviewing every position on the roster, including at quarterback. After a year off, 73-year-old Pete Carroll is back in the NFL and was introduced as the Raiders' new head coach. Carroll said the organization will lean heavily on Tom Brady when making a decision at quarterback. And head coach Liam Cohen was introduced in Jacksonville as the Jaguars' new head coach. Cohen, who is the Buccaneers' offensive coordinator this season, said the chance to coach the Jaguars is an opportunity that he just couldn't pass up. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
What does it feel like to file with TaxSlayer and get your guaranteed maximum refund? It feels like the last level of a video game, facing off against the final boss who stands between you and your refund.
All your refund has belonged to me.
Using the power of TaxSlayer like a secret power-up he doesn't see coming.
Only the most tax confident can defeat me.
Throwing your laptop at his video game face and watching him crumble into a giant pile of shiny coin tax refunds.
Oh, not fair. You use TaxSlayer.
Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
DK on the sports tip, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program today. Let's talk some Pima College basketball. The Aztecs are absolutely killing it on both the women's and men's sides of the coin. The men are undefeated this season at 22-0. The ladies are 17-3 and sitting right near the top of the Division II standings, behind who else but the rival club from Mesa. And Mesa will be in town tomorrow night for a first-place battle on the ladies' side. The Aztecs have won 8 games in a row, and we're pleased to be joined by their star freshman forward, Kylie Sowers-Miller, joins us. And Kylie, first of all, I don't know if you follow basketball here in Tucson as a whole, but we've been talking a lot about a dramatic shot that happened in the U of A men's game last night that sent the game to overtime, and then the Wildcats won. Have you ever hit a game-winning shot in your career?
Actually, yeah. My senior year in the state championship, we had 2.1 seconds left to go, and they lobbed it in for a bucket, and we won.
So you scored, wait a minute, you scored the game-winning basket in the state championship game.
Yeah.
So tell me about that play and how you guys got that done. And what you said that was your senior year?
Yeah, so basically, it was my actual old team. So in my senior year, I played at PHH, and then I transferred to Dream City. And we played PHH in the state championship. And so then what happened? Oh, yeah. So then they hit a bucket, and we were down 1 point. So coach called a timeout, and basically they were double teaming everything. And then so the inbounder was double teaming me, and we were about to get a 5-second call. So they just lobbed it in, and I caught it, and I just put it back up.
Oh, man, that's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So what was that like for you when you hit it? I mean, what was it like? Did your team come and tackle you, or what happened after that?
So there was like 0.8 seconds
Okay.
left, so we had to like get back and play D. And so after that, yeah, they did tackle me, but yeah.
That is awesome. Kylie Sowers-Miller joining us. She is a freshman forward for Pima College. So, Kylie, how did you find Pima College? Because I understand you were at ASU for a minute, maybe going to go to school there. I think there was maybe another school before that. How did you land at Pima?
Basically after ASU, I was so like scared because I was like, where am I gonna go? Like all my offers disappeared as soon as I was at ASU, because I was at ASU for a semester, and then I left at the end of the semester. So I went to visit to Eastern Arizona, and I would just didn't connect with the people there. So then I hit one of my teachers up that had connections. His name's Fleazy. And so he got me in contact with Coach Todd, and literally 2 days after I came on a visit. And on my visit, I just committed. I fell in love with the coaches and the people here.
Now, did I also hear, did your mom play for Todd? Is that correct?
No, my mom played against Coach Todd.
Oh,
so
played
she
against
played at
him.
Central, and he was coaching. He was coaching against her. Yeah.
Ah, okay, outstanding. Kylie Sowers-Miller is our guest, and then you get down here, and did you kind of know? I mean, obviously this is a program that has had a lot of success, has been to the national tournament. Were you kind of aware of the history of success that they've had here at Pima College?
Yeah, and that was one of the reasons why I kind of chose Pima is because I know Coach Todd would push me. My teammates would push me. They have a winning mindset. Like, everybody's here willing to work. So that's one thing that also drove me to come into Pima. And I feel like anywhere I really go, like, I strive. So, like, it's never, like, really a problem going to a program and not, like, doing well.
Now, you mentioned that you went to you finished your high school career at one of the prep schools. What went into that decision for you? I know we talked to a lot of the guys on the guys' side where they decide that they want maybe something that's a little bit larger than the high school experience in terms of play. How did that work for you? When did you start looking at that maybe as an opportunity that you wanted to pursue?
Yeah, so basically my junior year, I was at Greenwood High School. We went to the semifinals, and I still didn't have no offers, and I was averaging 23 points and 24 rebounds, and I was just like, why am I not getting the offers and the looks I got? And it was just the place I was at, so I transferred to prep, and as soon as I went to prep, I had received an offer from SDSU, San Diego State University, and I feel like prep just, the people are, like, prep is to prepare you for college, so that's where college scouts are looking at now. Instead of just going to high school, they go to prep before they go to high school. So I just had to make that change to better my future and to better my, like, offers.
So now, I know a lot of people wonder, like, so how did the schooling part of that? Because is Dream City, is there an actual campus for that? Were you homeschooling in terms of online?
Yeah, so PHH was actually a cool program. So my daily schedule at PHH was I had skills training from 8 to 9, and then from 9 to 12 I had class, and then from 12 to 1 we had lunch, and then from 1 to 2 we had weights, and then from 2 to 5 we had practice, and then we were done. We didn't have school on Fridays, and we didn't have to be at the gym on Fridays, so we kind of had Fridays off.
Wow.
At Dream City it was different. So Dream City was actually a school, but I got off at 12 because I had all the credits I needed, so I had early release. But we would have, so basically my classes would be, my first class would be a Bible class, and then I would have a computer class to get my English and my math done, and then I would have practice, and after practice I would go home.
So now tell me about this team you guys have up at Pima. Obviously 17-3 on the season, 18 straight wins. What's making this particular Aztec unit go this season?
I feel like it's just an all-around thing. Like, everybody contributes somehow, even if it's not scoring. Like, we have rebounding, we have assists. Like, it's not just like a one-person show. And I feel like everybody is just like a dog on the team. Like, there's nobody who's scared of anybody. Like Mesa's going to be a great game. For instance, like, everybody's ready to step up, willing to step up, and ready to have that battle. Like, we have all dogs on the team, and we have a, like, dog mindset, and I feel like that's what you need in college now, because everybody in college is a good hooper, but it's who's willing to do the dirty work.
Obviously, Roy Hoffman back from last year's team. What have you liked about playing alongside her this season?
Oh yes, that is my girl. I feel like I love playing with her. I feel like playing with her is so easy. Like, me being technically like a freshman, but like a red shirt, whatever. So she's boys at Pima, so it's easy to play with her because she can guide me at some point because she's already been there. But it's just easy because two bigs that know what they're doing is just an easy thing. You don't have to do the work all by yourself. Like, I know if I miss a shot, she's rebounding. If she misses a shot, I'm rebounding. Like, so we kind of like know. And I feel like our chemistry is just so good.
We're chatting with Kylie Sowers-Miller. Who's running the point for you guys this year?
We have a couple people. So we have Mish as our one, but sometimes when Mish comes out, we have Ken as our one. Kennedy.
Melisha Nelson?
Yeah, Melisha Nelson. And then we had Kennedy Newman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have
how are they
Katie
different?
Burns too.
How are they different point guards?
Mish is like, how do I say, like, Mish, I just love her as a point guard. Like, she is just like, she looks to give the ball before she even takes a shot. Like, she's very passing. I mean, I think she did. She broke the record for assists. So I feel like she just sees the court very like well. As is Kennedy, she also sees the court very well, but she's willing to drive and like, she's willing to drive and just like she's very passive too. But I feel like Niche is just more of a, like, how do I put it? Like a talking, like maybe she's more vocal than Ken, but Ken also knows that she's doing well with the PG.
Kylie Sowers-Miller, she is the star forward for the Pima women's basketball team. 4 Player of the Week awards. You're kind of starting to pile up that hardware over there.
Yeah, hopefully I get this week too. They come out tonight, so
make it 5. Make it 5, right?
Make it 5.
And now, is this your second meeting against Mesa, or is this the first time you guys have played them?
It's our second meeting.
So how did you feel about the way things went in the first game? They beat you by, that's one of the 3 losses. They beat you guys by 17 up there.
Yes, they did beat us. I feel like everybody had an off game. I feel like I had an off game with me getting hit to the head in the early second half with me already sustaining my concussion in preseason. We had to take some precautions. And so I had to kind of sit out the second half or the second quarter. And also everybody else was just having a bad game as Rory. I feel like we were just off. Like our chemistry was off. Our Mish was having a bad game. Everybody was just having a bad game. It wasn't just like me. Everybody was. And I feel like this time we will be more prepared because we already played them, so we know what to prepare for. And yeah, we're going to beat Mesa's butt.
Beat their butt. I like that. So now, obviously, you're a redshirt freshman. So what's the plan? Do you think you'll be here a second year? Or are you looking maybe to see what offers? Is there interest potentially for you to jump to a higher program next year?
Yeah, so there's already offers coming in from D1, but with this new rule that came up with JUCOs getting their years back, why not to take that opportunity to get my master's? So I will be returning to Pima officially for a second year.
Awesome. Well, that's good to hear. We'll definitely enjoy a second year of Kylie Sowers-Miller for sure. Maybe I would imagine you guys are ranked number 5 right now. I mean, if you guys continue to play this way all year long, we could be looking at a potential preseason number 1 next year, possibly, eh?
Yes, we definitely. And our goal is just Mesa is just a opponent in our way to win nationals, and that's what our mindset is every day.
Tell me, I know, obviously I know your coaching staff really well. Tell me what some of the things you're taking away from Coach Todd and Coach Pete and Coach Ross.
So basically my biggest thing was also recruiting. And I just got a message from my coach that I got Player of the Week, so we can make that 5.
Hey, all right. Breaking news. Breaking news.
Yes.
Player of the Week, number 5 this season for Kylie Sowers-Miller. You heard it here first on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Yeah. But also, when I was looking into my recruiting, a thing I wanted is if I was going to be away from home, I need somebody that's a family-like. And I feel like the coaching staff here just fits that, as Coach Todd being like a kind of a dad role model, and Coach Roz being the annoying grandpa that everybody loves, and Coach Pete being the uncle. And I feel like Coach Pete has before I came to Pima, I was really having a mindset of I just want to be done with basketball. I don't love basketball no more. I hate basketball. Why do I even play? And when I came here, I just fell in love with the game again. There was no doubt that I wanted to go D1, because when I came in here, I did not want to go D1 at all. I was okay, I'm just going to go to a college in Arizona just to get out my schooling out the way. But now this has made me want to go back to D1 and go play D1. And yeah, the coaching staff, I will say I have anger issues. So Coach Todd dealing with me, I feel like he does a very good job of coaching me to where I don't get frustrated with myself, because that's also where my anger issues come in. I get hard on myself. And Coach Todd is always there on the baseline. You're good. Why are you mad? I'm not even mad at you. You're good. You're doing amazing. So I feel like him just being a positive enforcer is just also something that really helps me.
And we can't forget about Coach Felicia. I don't know her as well, but give me something good about her.
So Coach Sid and Coach Fee They
Coach
actually
Sid, too.
They played with my mom, so I knew them kind of before Pima. Coach Fee played with my mom back in the day. You know, they're kind of on the older side, but I'm just kidding. But yeah, Coach Fee is very like an aunt. Like I can go to her on anything. Coach Sid, she just not just graduated Pima, but she was at Pima before, so I feel like her knowing how Coach Todd is, like I can go talk to her if I have a problem with Coach Todd, which I rarely, I don't think I've ever done that. But if I ever have a problem, I just go talk to her because she's been in my shoes before under Coach Todd. So that's kind of cool to have a coach that's already been under your head coach.
There you go. And her name is on the wall up there, so maybe your name will be right next to her at some point.
That's the goal. That is the goal.
There you go. Kylie, continued success this season. We appreciate you taking some time to join us. Best of luck.
Yep, anytime. Thank you.
Kylie Sowers-Miller for the Pima College women's basketball team, having a great season up there. And you heard it here first. 5th Player of the Week award for Kylie Sowers-Miller. We love that type of breaking news. Breaking news right in the middle of an interview. Just right in the middle of an interview, Coach texted and said, hey, let them know you're Player of the Week again. That's number 5. She's averaging 17 points a game this season for the Pima Aztecs, having a fabulous, fabulous year up there on West Anklam Road to go along with 10 rebounds. So she's a double-double machine, 17 points, 10 rebounds, shooting 63% from the field so far. Got to get a little bit better at the line, just 58% from the line, but I'm sure she'll be working on that. Big game tomorrow up on West Anklam Road against Mesa. Ladies at 5:30, fellas at 7:30. So get up there tomorrow and support Pima basketball. They are having one heck of a season on both the men's and the women's sides. All right, we'll get a break in here. We'll come back with much more. We'll have our BetQL Network top plays for you. It's DK on the Sports Tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Again. Do it again? That's your idea? Not good? Not good? It's brilliant. You took the words right out of my mouth. Gross.
Give the people what they want.
Another month to get in on the best thing we do all year.
Folks can get the AC that was built for Arizona summers.
They can get it and make no payments until 2026. And they're getting 10 years parts and labor covered.
Then it's settled. Alaskan AC is giving you another chance to get our exclusive made for Arizona air conditioner.
The Grizzly.
AlaskanAC.com.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilders.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom.
Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Honey, our yard's full of weeds. Looks like a jungle and the neighbors are complaining.
I know. I'm trying to get rid of them, but the product I'm using, it doesn't work.
Oh.
Not to mention, I don't have the time.
But it's not just weeds.
Not?
No, I'm seeing ants.
Ants?
Yeah, and spiders.
Ooh, spiders.
I know, and I think I saw a scorpion.
No way.
Yes way, and there's a pack rat in our garage.
Ew. Okay, I'll call University Termite and Pest Control today. We'll get rid of all of them.
Okay, honey, thank you.
University Termite and Pest Control, locally owned. Find them online at bepestfree.com.
This is Zach Gelb with the Sports Minute, sponsored by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Please gamble responsibly. Patrick Mahomes is creating greatness, but he's also halting it as well. Josh Allen is the second best QB in the NFL, and he doesn't even have one Super Bowl appearance. Lamar Jackson has won 2 MVPs, but has no rings to show for it. And even when Mahomes allowed Joe Burrow to slip through the cracks and reach the big game, the Bengals still couldn't get the job done. Lamar, Burrow, and Allen are all great, but will they ever get a ring? I'm Zach Gelb.
What's up, football fans? BetMGM is giving you the chance to win up to $250,000 in bonus bets. It's all part of BetMGM's longest touchdown jackpot, where you could be able to split the grand prize with anyone else who bet on the longest touchdown of the week. It's easy to get started. Log into your BetMGM account today and opt into the promo. Then, place an anytime touchdown wager of $10 or more on the player of your choice, up to one player per game. If your player scores the longest touchdown of the week, you'll win a share of the $250K. BetMGM lets you go all the way with the longest touchdown jackpot. Make your bets and join the fun with the sportsbook born in Vegas. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older. Arizona only. BetMGM's longest touchdown jackpot subject to rules. See BetMGM.com. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are unrestricted reward bonus dollars that expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Can we possibly have another night at McHale Center like we had last night? I would take more nights like that.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Wildcats winning in dramatic fashion over number 3 Iowa State, 86-75. Likely headed back into the top 25, but don't let the voters get in the way if you lose this Saturday up in Tempe. To those kids, the devil people, because the voters will find a way to keep you out. So that was the first. I think Nathan over at Arizona Media, Arizona Athletics Sports Information. I think he put out something that was the first time a Arizona team has beaten an unranked Arizona team has beaten a top 5 team in. I forget what I saw it was. It was like a long time.
It had been quite a bit, if I'm not mistaken.
I forgot where I saw that at. I don't know. I'm looking for Nathan's. Oh, wait. Nathan Weiker's here. Let's see. I think it's on his Twitter page. Maybe not. Yeah, last time an unranked Arizona men's basketball team defeated a top 5 opponent in McHale, 1979. Arizona beat number 3 UCLA 70-69. I wonder if there was a buzzer beater that night. Anybody remember that? Anybody around? Where my OGs at? January 18th, 19. Speaking of OG, maybe we should call Roz because Kylie just put Roz in the OG chair there. What did she say? It's like
he's kind of the angry uncle,
the angry grandfather,
the angry grandpa
kind of guy. We love Roz. We love Coach Roz. That's so funny. It's so funny the kids' perceptions of people. Like she's like, oh yeah, Sydney's kind of old. Like, Sydney just got out of high school. To me, it's like Sydney Stallworth, who's one of the assistant coaches for Pino. I feel like she just got out of high school like 5 minutes ago, and like now there's a player calling her old. I mean, it goes quick, folks. It goes really quick. Like I was thinking last night. I don't know what made me think of this, but it might have been I don't know. Did I get there for intros last night? I think I was there for intros. Yeah, and because I did get there. It's weird. It was easier to get into last night's game than it was to get into Saturday's game, probably because there was just more people out on the streets that were not going to the game, so there was just more traffic overall. But when I see the opening highlights and I saw 97, I'm like, man, that's going to be almost 30 years now since the Wildcats won that national championship in 1997. We're going to getting close. That's 28 years this year. Seems like it was just yesterday. So January 18th, 1979. Who remembers that? Arizona beat number 3 UCLA. That was kind of at the end of the Bruin heyday after all the national championships, but they were still pretty good. Be interested to see the box score from that night. That was the last time an unranked Arizona team beat a top 5 opponent at McHale Center. He's got a couple more here. Nathan does. Jaden Bradley had 7 steals last night. That's the most in a game by a Wildcat since TJ McConnell had 8 in 2015. And it's the most by a Wildcat versus a top 25 team since Bennett Davidson had 9 steals in 1998 in a game against number 8 Stanford. I gotta read Nate's Twitter page more often. He's got some good stuff on here.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan throwing out the stats. I like this. He's gonna take our guy Brian Peterson's money. Brian's usually the stat guy. He always has some numbers to spout out. All right, you know what time it is? It is time. We got to get through this because it's almost the top of the hour. In fact, why don't we push this back? We'll just push that back because I don't want to rush this so we can, because we've got you coming up and we've actually got a little bit longer break because we had a Dia Barnes' press conference, so we got some make goods that we got to do there. So we're going to give you, so just push that back, push the BetQL back into the top of this next hour, David, and we'll do that coming out of the top of the next hour versus right now. That way we don't have to rush through it.
Gotcha.
Why don't we, though, get to the Suns, who won again last night. Things are starting to turn around for your Suns, and that's a good thing. They went on that road trip. They won 3 out of 5. Not easy any time you go out on a road trip for that long a period of time. That they came back. They've got 3 games at home before they've got, I think, 4 more games coming up on the road. And so they were able to win last night over the L.A. Clippers, 111-109. We have highlights of that?
Yes, we do.
Let's hear some highlights of that.
On the season, leading this team in scoring. Booker off the screen, and the Suns fans can take a seat. As Durant working on Jones Jr. comes in with a high-running skyhook. Plumlee back tap. Booker squares, fires, connects. O'Neal getting the steal, steps up. Book straight away. Won't get it, follows the miss. With a ball fake.
I think Book knows you over here.
5-point game. Now you said it, you knew that they were going to come out with great intent as Book fires over to Durant, who splashes the 3. Directing something defensively at Kevin Durant. Booker left wide open, squares, fires, and bullseye.
Yeah, really.
Zubac's Harden getting ready to check back in. 6 on the shot clock. Book raising up over Powell. Give him the and one.
Devin Booker, 26 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. Suns win it last night, 111-109. So they are now 3 games above 500. You weren't here yesterday, were you?
Not probably for a Suns discussion.
Yeah, that's right. You weren't. No, it was during the show. I think it was. I'll have to play you the what we call the 500 cut from over the weekend.
Oh no,
it was pretty entertaining. But the Suns are starting to creep back. They've won now 5 of their last 6 games. They won all 2 of the first on this road trip. They got one on this homestand, I should say. They got one more game on the homestand. That'll be tomorrow night against the Timberwolves, who come in at 7 o'clock. So although things getting good for the team, there's still the matter of what's going on with Jusuf Nurkic, who said last week that he and his coach have not talked in 2 months. How can you not have talked to your coach in 2 months? Like, does this count? Like, if your coach is talking to you in practice, does that count? Like, say, hey, he's coaching you and he's talking to you. Does that count as a conversation? Or is this he and I haven't had a conversation outside of practice in 2 months?
Considering Nurkic hasn't played, DK, he probably isn't even coaching him up at this point, because he's probably just telling him he can do stretches. Just let him do stretches. It's fine. Just let him do stretches.
Where do you think this went wrong? Because, I don't know. I mean, Jusuf Nurkic has never been known as a bad guy or anything like that. I mean,
no.
Where did this go wrong? Any idea?
There's no way of knowing. This is in the same vein of where did it go wrong between Monty and DeAndre. We don't know. We don't know where this went wrong.
Well, we knew where that went wrong. I mean, DeAndre's a lazy ass. I mean, seriously.
Well, I mean, hey, whatever.
I mean, DeAndre went wrong with me when he was here. So I know I could see how he could easily go wrong with people when he got to where they were actually paying you money to play, real money to play, not the play money that they were floating around potentially down here.
Right.
But when they start giving you that real money, you're gonna get sideways with folks real quick if you don't have the heart to be in the game.
This is sad but true, and Nurkic doesn't have that particular side of the argument in regards to the money side of things. I don't know where this went wrong. Budenholzer's a guy that you see his history with coaching big men, and he's got a soft spot for him. I mean, he coached Giannis to be the best player that he can be potentially in the world for about 2 to 3 years there. Brook Lopez, an aging center, still put him out there and let him do something different within the offense. Where it went wrong for Nurk, I don't know. I think a lot of it went wrong when maybe just the fact that he wasn't sticking up behind Nurkic after he kept getting slapped around by DeAndre a couple times. I don't know. Who knows when it went wrong?
All right, we'll get more into that. We're gonna let you hear what Cameron Cox caught up with Nurk in the locker room. I keep calling it the clubhouse because I'm a baseball guy. In the locker room, and asked him about this. We'll hear those comments coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. Also, we'll give you your Desert Diamond Casino BetQL Network top play as well in the 5 o'clock hour. DK on the sports tip. Right now, Dragon Ball has everything happening in Southern Arizona in sports as well as sports around the world.
Well, with the University of Arizona Wildcats men's basketball team was winning on the court, they learned that they were also still in the race for a top 10 prospect and legacy recruit, Elijah Arenas, after the son of former U of A alumni Gilbert Arenas put out that Arizona was in his final 5 schools, with Louisville, USC, Kentucky, and Kansas filling out the rest of the list. Elijah will be playing in the 2025 McDonald's All-American game, where he will lace it up alongside Perry High School star Koa Pete as well. So a lot of Wildcat fans watching that game intently to see if there's any kind of commitments that are made during the game. And again, the Suns managed to come away with that big win over the Clippers squad that had both Kawhi Leonard and James Harden in the lineup, thanks to both Kevin Durant and Devin Booker breaking 20 points on the mark. Booker now sits just over 100 points away from taking over the all-time points mark for the franchise from Walter Davis, and Kevin Durant applauded his teammate for his ability to go ahead and stick it out and be one of the best scorers in the city of Phoenix and in the league.
He means everything to the city, and the city means everything to him. It's just a perfect marriage. Just seeing somebody from 18, 19 years old up until young vet, young OG at 28 years old, so think of Phoenix, you think of Book, you think of Book, you think of Phoenix. It's just a perfect match, and he's the perfect person to be the face of the franchise and lead them in all these statistical categories. He's been a staple here for such a long time, and I know it's going to be. I feel like he got 12 more years to play, and that put him at 22 years, 40 years old. But that's how much faith I got in his game and his growth, and I know he loves being here in Phoenix.
Again, the next contest will be against the Timberwolves tomorrow before they begin a 4-game road trip. Booker potentially going to be breaking that record if his season average anything to go by in the next 4 or 5 games, so something to watch out for there. And another day, another suspension for Jimmy Butler. The team announced that they will be suspending the star wingman indefinitely after he left practice early after he was told that he would not be starting in their next game against the Magic, which the Heat won in double overtime. Miami still says that they are cautiously optimistic about finding a trade partner for the embattled star, despite this February 6th trade deadline rapidly approaching. And this is Dragon Ball with your 2020 Sports Update here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Some backups for both eastbound and westbound I-10 frontage roads approaching 22nd Street Star Pass. Slowing northbound I-19 merging onto westbound I-10. Collisions, Ruth Ruff east of I-10. Westbound I-10 approaching State Route 83, rollover wreck in the median, and way south of El Tyrone, also Fort Lowell west of Tucson Boulevard. So we have a chance of rain maybe at 6 and 7 p.m., 38 the low. Tomorrow, 50 our high, with a 50% chance of rain and 53 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Arizona Lottery.
When you play the Arizona Lottery, there's always a chance you'll win big. But there's also a guarantee that you'll be giving back to the community. There's joy in it all. Love the play with scratchers, draw games, and more from the Arizona Lottery.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TIP to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text TIP to 321-321. That's TIP to 321-321.
Hey, Eugene, what's with the giant pile of scratcher tickets?
Just my next greatest idea ever.
Playing the lottery?
That's right, Doug. With all my winnings, I could enroll in the UberTube car repair classes and finally fix your car right. No more disasters, Doug. Your luck is about to change.
Well, then keep on scratching, Eugene.
Good luck, Eugene. But if you need a sure thing for your next set of tires or automotive repair, check out Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. With more than 35 Top Shop awards and our Partners Network 3-year nationwide warranty, you can count on Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care.
And check out this month's special savings.
You'll find an entire page of them online at jackfurriers.com. Savings on tires, oil changes, batteries, wheel alignments, and more.
So call ahead and make an appointment online or just stop by any of our 14 area locations.
Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, here to get you there.
TFCU Gives supports local organizations who help those in need. We take pride in giving back and believe that we are stronger when we all pitch in to help one another. For over 50 years, The Haven has provided women with a safe, inclusive place for recovery with respect, without shame or judgment. TFCU invites you to join us in partnering with The Haven for the health and respect of all women throughout our community. Visit thehaventucson.org to learn more.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rockin' K is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 18 model homes by top-tier builders, offering move-in ready homes and special incentives. LiveRockingK.com. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Accomplishing goals is hard. But when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. Babbel is designed with you in mind. From expert-created lessons to conversational video units and even live classes, you can personalize your Babbel experience to be exactly what you need to really learn a new language more easily. Go ahead, set a goal for yourself. Accomplish it with Babbel. Try Babbel for free. Go to BABBEL.com. That's Babbel.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it. Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? So you're not alone. And even better, Hims can help. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. It all starts with an online intake form. From there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Your home for everything Arizona Wildcats. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290, KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station.
DK on the Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290. It is Tuesday, January the 28th, hour number 3 of the program. So glad you could be with us. Get in. Get your say in. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We're still basking in the glory of last night's win. 24-hour rule, right? 24 hours. We can talk about it today, and then tomorrow we move on to Arizona State. On to Arizona State. As Bill Belichick might say. That game will be Saturday, early, 11 a.m. So are you going to go up early? Are you going to drive up day of? Are you going to go up Friday night and maybe take over Tempe? That would be cool. Let's go up Friday night, take over Tempe, make Tempe our town, and then get up early and just win the game. And then we can stay up there and take over their town some more on Saturday night, and then we can come home. That's how back in the day, I'm sure it used to get done. Wildcats would go up there and take over Tempe for these games. Let's do that tomorrow. Or, I'm sorry, Saturday. Let's get up there Friday night, make it a Friday night party, Saturday all day Saturday night party, and come back Sunday. Talk about McHale North. That's what it's going to be, I would imagine, on Saturday at 11 o'clock when they tip off. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We've got 2 questions of the day that we're dealing with today. Should the NFL ban the tush push? I say yes. It's so stupid. So stupid. What do you say? Right now, 67% of you are saying yes. It's so stupid. Versus no. The tush push makes the game fun. Hef Junziger, also known as Jeff Hunsaker, chimes in on the Twitter. I assume if it's ruled out that the Kansas City Chiefs will still be able to use this move. I don't think so, Jeff. What? I just don't get everyone that's upset. All of a sudden, everybody wants to bet. And this is why when all of you over the years have complained about the officiating, I've always turned a deaf ear to you. Because people complain about the officiating in the National Football League. That's the best league in the United States. It's the best football league in the world. Okay? So if people are going to complain about the officiating in the best league in the world, why should I listen to people complaining about officiating in college football? If you don't like the referees in the best league in the world, then obviously you're not going to like the referees on lower levels either. Which is why I don't really listen to any of that stuff. I come from a family of professional athletes. You know the one thing that my dad and my uncle used to always say, the one piece of advice, if I got one piece of advice from them in terms of playing athletics, never put it in the hands of the officials. Don't put it in the hands of the officials. You want a base hit? Don't hit it at the second baseman. Don't hit it right at the shortstop so he can fumble it and they can call it an error and take a hit away from you. Don't fumble the ball. If you want to get a first down on 4th and 1, come up with an actual play that works. Not a half-ass quarterback sneak where, I'm going to try to lean over the line and expect that I'm going to get this. Come up with an actual play. Like that play the Chiefs ran on, third and 9 or third and whatever it was to clinch the game, where they ran 3 receivers to one side and crossed the running back. That's actual football there. Run that play.
But that's offensive pass interference.
Run a play that works. They didn't pick anybody. Did they pick people?
There's always a pick on every play. There's a hold on every play. There's all that stuff every single play. It just matters when they call it. That's all that matters.
You're not going to get any sympathy from me on officiating.
Oh, no. No one's asking for sympathy. They're asking for equality.
You're not going to get any. Hey, run a play that'll work. That's what I tell you. Don't try give the ball to the running back. Got the biggest quarterback, best quarterback runner, strongest quarterback runner, and you can't get a yard. You don't deserve to go to the Super Bowl if you can't get a yard with a guy like strong as Josh Allen. You don't deserve to go. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Let's we've got Cricket. Cricket is back. Yay. Oh, Dragon Ball told me to come in. Okay. Well, all right. If Dragon Ball told you to come in, you can definitely come in.
Sorry. Do you want me to go away?
No, we never want you to go away, Cricket. We always love having you here. There's no question about that. All right, so we were talking about a couple things.
Okay.
One,
you sound serious. Why so serious?
Because I'm tired. I'm tired of people complaining. I'm tired of people complaining about officiating. So did you watch either of the games on Sunday?
No.
No, the football games?
No.
No, you didn't?
Sorry.
What did you do Sunday?
Not much. I didn't feel super
Championship Sunday is for football.
I'm sorry.
You apparently did not participate in that.
I spent a lot of time just trying to feel better so I could work on Monday.
Okay, there you go. Because we don't want you. This place falls down when you're not here.
I don't know about that, but thank you for your vote of confidence.
Absolutely. I mean, because then if you're not here, then then Dragon Ball's got to do your job, and then that's one less person that does my work.
Exactly.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah, That's how we roll.
Then I got to do all my work.
Then you have to do your
it's like
stuff.
it's like a trickle down effect when you're not here. It's like, oh man, now DK's got 10 extra things I got to do today.
And see, I don't want to do that. If I don't have to.
Absolutely nuts. So what's wrong? Have you is it just like flu or?
I think I was sneezing and coughing. I think it was allergies, but just like, your eyes water, your nose is running.
Well,
see, you guys
uncomfortable.
Hopefully this rain will go ahead and alleviate some
I'm
of that.
hoping, yeah.
You're like, you will see, like, the mistake I made was so Sunday I went and ran. I did my running workout on Sunday, but I always forget to take my allergy pill beforehand.
Oh.
Yeah.
You suffer too.
And
okay.
so if I don't, then I spent all day Sunday and all day yesterday. I don't know, you weren't here. I was still sneezing this morning when I got here. It's crazy.
Poor dear.
Yeah.
It's miserable, isn't it?
It's not going to call it miserable. It's just annoying.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, if I don't take my allergy pill before I go out and run, so it's like I got to come up with a way to remember that. Do you have things that you come up with to remember things like? Are you one of those people that has to write everything down to remember stuff? Or?
Yes, I have a terrible memory, and I have to be feeling pretty bad to take like medicine, like Benadryl or something.
Oh, so you don't like
if you're not
you don't
feeling,
like to medicate?
Right. Well, I don't really. I have to feel pretty bad to do it.
Okay.
Because it makes me feel so dopey.
Oh.
I don't know if your allergy meds do that to you, but I can feel tired and.
I don't know if I feel dopey. I don't know if I would categorize it as that. No.
Okay.
But like, so what is that when you say it makes you feel dopey? Like you just like
tired and dopey.
Okay.
Slow motion or
right.
So, and I still feel that same way like 24 hours later. So I don't like to take it. I have to be sneezing and coughing a lot to take it.
Okay.
So I don't take it for preventative, but maybe I should.
Yeah. I mean, that's that. So for me, I've got to take it beforehand because if I take it beforehand, I go out, I'm fine.
Yeah.
It's just, and then you try to take it after and it just doesn't work because you've already messed yourself up.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. But man, it was beautiful out there on Sunday. I just felt good. I had to get out because you just have to get out and breathe the air, and just and look at the mountain.
Sneeze, cough. Fresh air.
Fresh air.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, natural light.
It's making my nose itch.
It's like what's that? And then I always worry I'm gonna get what's the valley fever because like especially if it's windy.
Oh, yeah. Well,
have you known anybody that ever got that?
No, I know a lot of dogs that have valley fever.
Dogs
really?
are more so the...
Dogs can get it?
Oh, yeah. Any mammal can.
Oh, wow.
Those dolphins in Phoenix that they used to have in Phoenix at that aquarium got valley fever. I'm not kidding.
Dolphins in Phoenix?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the one that was off the freeway?
Yes. Yeah.
I never went there. Is it still going or no?
I don't think so.
No?
But those dolphins got sick with valley fever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, any mammal can get valley fever, if I understand correctly.
Did they die, or?
I don't know. But it wasn't good for business, I don't think.
Oh, gosh.
I don't think it was.
Are you okay over there?
Do
Coffee?
you need a Benadryl
over there?
No, I'm good.
You
I'm
need
good.
Benadryl.
Do you need a pill or something as well?
I've got one of those newfangled, what was it, the shower, like, soap boxes that are just Hall's cough drops. You just set in there and they just...
Constantly.
Over time, they just evaporate into the shower. So I've had to take that in now for like 2 days because somebody else that I know put that in the shower because they're not feeling well. So I get all the aftermath of it. I'm just like, why does it smell like a Hall's cough drop in here?
All right. Jeff, hang on. We're going to get to you. We got a little sidetrack there, but we will get to you as well. Just old people talking about their old age on the radio. That's awesome. That's awesome. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions reported Dove Mountain and Moore Road. Collision in Oro Valley at Oracle and Suffolk. Suffolk and Oracle. Some slowing at Ajo and Mission. Also a little busy for traffic 22nd Street at I-10. There's a chance of showers this evening, 38 the low, tomorrow 50 the high, and a 50% chance of rain tomorrow and a 53 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals use proprietary AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
You're listening to The Jim Rome Show.
CEO quote, okay, B-Day done. Multiple platforms done. When is the Smack Off happening?
The Smack Off.
I don't know, CEO. You're the CEO. You tell me. Hey, Pat, you do know it is Smack Off 30, right? What are you waiting on, dude? The jungle is waiting on you, Pat. When the hell is the Smack Off?
The Jim Rome Show every weekday at 1 on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Marco!
Polo!
Marco!
Polo!
In a giant pool of business competitors, don't be the one left unseen and out of reach. If you're a business owner and need help with your online presence, let's make it happen. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Boost your website, boost your findability, boost your reputation, boost your business.
Marco?
Yes, I'm Marco.
Get a boost, get found, get on the map. Contact us today at cumulusboost.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TIP to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text TIP to 321-321. That's TIP to 321-321.
Milo's Rewards Week is coming, and it's kind of a big deal. Members, get ready for 7 days of up to 40% off store-wide on hundreds of items. Save on the top brands in bath, tools, paint, and more. Our biggest member deals are on January 30th through February 5th. So if you're not a loyalty member, now's the time to join for free. Lowe's knows home improvement. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
The proud and honorable men and women of our military are still overseas sacrificing their lives for our country. Please don't forget our brave heroes. And if hiring, please consider hiring a veteran. This message paid for by R&R Restoration LLC of Tucson. They're specializing in classic car restoration. Let over 35 years of experience go to work for you. Call R&R Restoration LLC today at 520-308-2171 or visit oldguysrestoration.com. That's R&R Restoration. People who care.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. Congratulations, Madison Keys. The 29-year-old from Illinois is the 2025 Australian Open champion, winning her first ever Grand Slam title. Keys was seeded 19th and played 5 3-set matches, the most in a single Australian Open, knocked off 4 top 10 seeds, and had to beat world number 1 and 2-time defending champion Aryna Sabalenka in the final to capture the title. Since reaching the U.S. Open final in 2017, it had taken the American 7 years to get back to a final stage. After turning pro 16 years ago on her 14th birthday, Keys is a Grand Slam champ at last.
I just kept telling myself in my head, be brave, go for it, just lay it all out on the line. And kind of at that point, no matter what happens, if I do that, then I can be proud of myself and just, it just made it a little bit easier.
With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Maggie Gray on Westwood One.
Enter a brave new world with America's #1 brand of shaving cream, Barbasol. Gear up with Barbasol collector's cans, featuring Marvel Studios' Captain America Brave New World. Because superhero confidence starts with a great shave.
You want me? Come and get me!
Barbasol limited edition cans in stores now. Collect them all before they're gone. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America Brave New World only in theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Oh
Old Spice Swagger Body Wash will make you the MVP of freshness and confidence. With its irresistible scent, it will transform your shower experience, leaving you feeling fresh on and off the field. Pair it with Old Spice Swagger Deodorant, the #1 aluminum-free brand that keeps you feeling like a Super Bowl champion 24/7 when used daily. But don't wait. This dynamic duo is available at Costco for a limited time only. Old Spice, official deodorant partner of the NFL and Super Bowl 59, where freshness meets football greatness.
DK on the sports tip. What was that moment, that sports moment, where your favorite team extended a game or won a game, but then ultimately, lost, maybe like in a series? I was talking earlier about the 2005 NLCS. And Albert Pujols hit a home run in Game 5. The Astros led that series 3-1. And it was Game 5 in Houston at Minute Maid Park. And Albert Pujols hits a home run to beat the Astros to send the series back to St. Louis. I mean, literally, it was like the Astros were, I think, an out away from winning, maybe even a strike away from winning. And Pujols puts a dagger in their heart. But then the Astros came back and won Game 6 to go to the World Series, where they eventually lost to the White Sox. Can you believe the White Sox were actually good in this century at one point? How about that?
It's hard to think about it because you got to remember there was a point where not only were the White Sox in the World Series just a little while back, but I mean, there was a point where we used to think that, man, it's a shame the Astros are never going to make it back after the Lance Berkman crew couldn't win it.
Yeah, and now they've pretty much owned it. In the last 5 years. I was really just looking at their history when we had we're gonna. In fact, I've totally forgot we were supposed to play that today. We did an interview last week, and I completely forgot that I was supposed to play that interview today. So we'll play that tomorrow. So I'll come back to this conversation tomorrow because it's about that person that I was like, oh, wait a minute. I forgot we hadn't played that interview yet because we did it on Friday, and I was like, oh, let's use that next week. So we'll play that interview for you on Friday. If I had thought about this 10 minutes ago, we could have played it now, but I forgot. So we'll play it for you tomorrow. But, I was just looking at the Astros and kind of their history and whatnot. And you know, they had all those Hall of Famers. But they had some good years in the 90s and whatnot. And then they had the team in 05 that we just mentioned that got to the World Series. But they always came up short until this recent group. And now they've won 2 World Series.
I've got 2 of them now that I just thought about, but they weren't for me. They were for my dad. Okay. My dad's got 2 that I'm sure he would hate to have me reference, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Well, let me see if I can get one of them. Would one of them be Mookie Wilson?
No.
They won that.
Yeah,
they won that. So that was one that they won.
But it is the Mets. It's the 2006 LCS where Carlos Beltran watched a strike at his knee go by and didn't swing at it. He's hated Carlos Beltran since that day on. The other one would be the 2010 Stanley Cup Championship, where my dad, as a Flyers fan, watched Scotty Hartnell tie it in the 3rd and thought, okay, we've been coming back the whole year. We came back from 3-0 in a series, and we made it. And then they lose in overtime to a Patty Kane goal that nobody saw see go through the net. I know my dad would hate me to bring it up, but I just had to because I just thought about those right now.
All right, let's give you right now. It is time for your BetQL plays of the day. And this BetQL top play is brought to you locally by Oral Ford at 3950 West Highway 77 in Oracle.
I'm Chelsea Messenger, helping you beat the books with BetQL. Michigan State puts their 12-game win streak on the line as they host Minnesota in Big Ten action tonight. The Spartans are the only undefeated team in conference play and are limiting Big Ten foes to under 27% from three-point range. The BetQL model is expecting the Spartans' D to be locked in. Their best bet is taking the under between Michigan State and Minnesota. I'm Chelsea Messenger. Bet smarter and beat the books with BetQL, and download the BetMGM app today.
Okay, Fred, easy. All right, so that's what you got tonight. You got Minnesota and Michigan State under. The line currently at the Desert Diamond Casino Sportsbook is 139.5 at minus 113, which means your $12.90 bet will win you $11.48 tonight. So go there and do that with what you will. Last night, we got back on the winning track. We'd been taking some L's. We took some L's. We lost on both the unders in the NFL games this past weekend, David. I'm watching these games and I'm thinking, holy crap, these teams are like scoring. Like the under was like out the window, I think, at halftime of both of these games on Sunday. So we took L's on both of those, although we did win on the Chiefs -2 over the Bills, obviously with the field goal at the end. And last night we had hockey. We had the Sharks and the Penguins, Dragon Ball's Penguins, who are one of the worst teams in the league this year. What's going on with them?
Age has finally caught up, I think. I think it's officially time where I hate to see it, but we have to wonder if Evgeny Malkin and Sidney Crosby are going to be on the trade deadline for a couple of teams that are going to be looking to unload some picks to get some stars. But we'll have to wait and see.
Okay. Well, the Sharks, this game last night was Sharks-Penguins take the under at 6.5. And so we won handsomely on that one because these two offensive juggernauts did exactly what they were supposed to do and combined for 3 goals.
I mean, the Sharks have the
Sharks winning 2-1.
The Sharks have the excuse of they're just not very good in regards to their overall talent level. I mean, they're still looking to like stockpile
They've
picks.
been bad for a number of years.
They've been bad for a while now since they had that. Again, both of these teams were in the Stanley Cup a couple, like maybe just about a decade ago, but age caught up with everybody. I mean, you don't keep your stars that are in their 30s on the top of the world for very long. And in Joe Thornton's case, he was about 40 during that Stanley Cup run. So both these teams are just looking for the next generational talents, and they got to hope to find them soon, or eventually they'll be scrounging about for a lot of free agent pickups.
All right, so we won $11.87 on that game last night. Sharks-Penguins, under 6.5. It came in at 3 goals at -109. So that we are still, though, on the minus side with all the losses we've taken recently. We went from being up $49 to down $13 to now we're down $1.08 after 22 plays. So we're 11-11 through 22 plays. On this new season, which is going to be 82. We're going to track 82 bets, and we're down $1.08. So we're not losing great money, but we're not winning anything right now. So Minnesota, Michigan State tonight, under 139.5. How about this? We've got a couple of future bets here. We've got one Super Bowl, I guess you could call it a prop bet. Travis Kelce to win the MVP. No, you don't like that?
No,
one?
not at all.
Okay.
It doesn't matter how many catches he gets. It's all going to go back to Patty. Patty Mahomes is going to get that if it's going to be. Travis Kelce would need to have a 15-catch, 128-yard performance for anybody to go ahead and say that he deserves it over Patrick Mahomes, whatever Mahomes' final statistic's going to be. Again, the Super Bowl MVP, it's going to be a quarterback dominant trophy. I mean, the only guy that I can think of that didn't get it despite having great numbers for the games that they played, albeit it was really just in essence the one game he played. The first one that he won wasn't really a good performance from him, but Ben Roethlisberger probably could have had the Super Bowl MVP in Super Bowl 43, but instead they gave it to Santonio Holmes because of how he dominated the last drive. I equate that to the old Floyd Mayweather trick where just hit him with a bunch of rabbit punches in the final 10 seconds of the round, and you'll win the round. That's basically how I view that one. But I think any kind of prop bet for anyone other than the quarterbacks in this game winning the Super Bowl MVP is a bit of a long stretch.
All right. So, yeah, your Patrick Mahomes right now is your favorite for the MVP. Kelsey is fourth. He's at 15 to 1 or plus 1,500 is the kind of 15 to 1 is plus 1,500. Pat Mahomes is the favorite at plus 100. That's still positive money if you bet. Saquon Barkley is 2 at plus 250, and then Jalen Hurts is 3 at plus 300, followed by Travis Kelce, A.J. Brown, Jalen Carter, Chris Jones, and Devontae Smith. At least those are the top. Let's see who the lowest is on this list.
Probably your kicker.
No, actually, it's not. I don't even know who this guy is. The lowest, well, there's a bunch that are all plus 100,000.
Yeah.
Matt Horizon, Jordan Davis, Jahan Dotson, Braden Mann, Juju Smith-Schuster is plus 100,000.
These are like your fourth string receivers, though.
Yeah. Drew Tranquill, Jalen Watson, Justin Watson, and Tershawn Wharton. Never heard of half those guys.
No.
But I've heard of Juju Smith-Schuster. And Juju had a pretty decent game in the AFC Championship. So if you're looking for, I guess, a long shot bet, that might not be a bad long shot bet there.
Especially if you go ahead and count if he can get any holding calls in this Super Bowl like he did last time out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was when he was playing for you guys, right?
No. Remember, last time these two faced off in the Super Bowl, that holding call on Juju gave the Chiefs that first down to get that field goal.
Exactly. To get the field right, to win.
So if you want to count holding calls, that could be something to equate the Super Bowl MVP to.
So at plus 100,000, you know what your $12.90 bet on Juju Smith-Schuster would get you? $129,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
That might be worth taking a chance on. I mean, you never know. You never know. Juju might have one great game still left in him. I would be willing to bet on that. I never bet against you. He went to my school, USC. I'll never bet against my guys back when I loved my school.
Back when I loved my school. That being said, I mean,
back in the day,
it's not like Juju's that old. He's only 28.
Oh man,
guy was born 3 years after I was.
Jeez. We are gonna have a Miller Lite Pigskin Challenge for the Super Bowl. That's because Alex was our contestant last week, and he made this pick. So we're going to choose the other game then. It's going to be the Commanders and the Eagles is going to be the game that we play here. I picked the game. Who do you pick to win between the Commanders and the Eagles?
To be truthful, I'm going to go with the Commanders. And the reason I say this is because I'm not a real betting man. But last game I bet, because my buddy was saying, the Lions are going to win. The Lions are going to win. But truthfully, talent is talent. And Jaden Daniels, man, he's a good football quarterback. Good head on his shoulders, and I truthfully feel that they're going to pull it out. Saquon, though, hey, he is. I know he's not going to win the MVP, but I wouldn't be mad if he got it.
How about the NFL MVP? Would you vote for Saquon on that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely the MVP.
I mean, again, that was a good team. Don't get me wrong. They were good without him, but they're almost great with him. So I would not argue with Saquon as the league's MVP. Either. So, unfortunately, Alex picked the Commanders, so he does not win the $25 gift card. He does, however, win a prize pack, and so the Super Bowl Miller Lite Pigskin Challenge will be for $50, and we will make that selection for you next Thursday right here on DK on the Sports Tip. Reminder, no show this Thursday. We've got the Cologuard Classic Media Day coming up this Thursday out at La Paloma. We'll be out there. We're going to do some interviews. We'll have some of that for you coming up on Friday here on the show. And we're also going to get a chance to play some golf. I've not played La Paloma. I think that's the only one of the resort courses here that I have not played. And that's the one that I live right down the street from. So I've not played La Paloma. I've played Ventana. I've played Star Pass. I've played El Conquistador. I've played what is the other? Name another. Those are the 3 major resorts, right?
As far as I know, yeah. I haven't done any golf in a long,
I haven't.
long
No,
while.
don't get me wrong. I haven't played like Stone Canyon or anything like that. I'm not that schmoozy. But I played all the poor people resort courses.
There you go.
Like that. But I've not played La Paloma, so I'm looking forward to doing that coming up on Thursday for Cologuard Media Day, and we'll have interviews out there for you coming up on Friday. All right, cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s. We still got your Desert Diamond Casino replay and a few more things coming up here, so stay with us on Wildcats Radio 1290.
You know there are times.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions that are reported, Oracle and Suffolk and Oracle, and a collision, Dove Mountain and Moore Road and Dove Mountain Boulevard. Some slowing northbound I-19 merge to westbound I-10 and westbound I-10 slowing between St. Mary's to the I-10, I-19 junction, and also backups on westbound Speedway at I-10. Chance of showers this evening, 38 the low. Tomorrow, 50 is the high with a 50% chance of rain tomorrow. And it is 53 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
You know there are times when you just want a new truck and times when you just need a new truck. So if either of those times are right now, O'Reilly has the time for you.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Tap into your well-being with Audible audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Expand your life with expert insight and motivation for better health, habits, relationships, finance, and more. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit kaisergarage.com to learn more.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
It's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Hi, I'm Jason Hansen, a former CIA officer. In these uncertain times, with rising geopolitical tensions and skyrocketing inflation, protecting your financial future is crucial. That's why I trust Advantage Gold for all my precious metal investments. They're the only company I buy from, period. Call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-8000 for a 100% free gold guide. See exactly how gold can safeguard your wealth. Again, call 800-900-8000 today.
Paid for by Advantage Gold. Performance may vary. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult your financial and tax professional.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online, no medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit GetEthos.com. That's GetEthos.com.
Sample Rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
This is Zach Gelb with the Sports Minute, sponsored by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Please gamble responsibly. For the last 2 years, the Chiefs' defense has been better than their offense. And that's a scary thing to say when the Chiefs have the best player in all of football on the other side of the ball in Patrick Mahomes. And a big reason for the Chiefs' greatness is on 4-time Super Bowl winning defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo. I know an assistant coach has never been enshrined into the Hall of Fame, but how doesn't Spags one day call Canton, Ohio home? I'm Zach Gelb.
What's up, football fans? BetMGM is giving you the chance to win up to $250,000 in bonus bets. It's all part of BetMGM's longest touchdown jackpot, where you could be able to split the grand prize with anyone else who bet on the longest touchdown of the week. It's easy to get started. Log into your BetMGM account today and opt into the promo. Then, place an anytime touchdown wager of $10 or more on the player of your choice, up to one player per game. If your player scores the longest touchdown of the week, you'll win a share of the $250K. BetMGM lets you go all the way with the longest touchdown jackpot. Make your bets and join the fun with the sportsbook born in Vegas. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older. Arizona only. BetMGM's longest touchdown jackpot subject to rules. See BetMGM.com. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are unrestricted reward bonus dollars that expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
They're playing basketball
all around the world. To the beach, y'all.
Del Orso running the lines. Get it off to Love. Love, midcourt. Shot is up. Good! Love has hit a three. We're going to overtime. From backcourt, Caleb Love has just tied this game at 71. Bedlam at McHale. 5 more minutes of basketball, and we deserve it.
We have that, I think the Arizona Sports Enterprises has the Coca-Cola deal, and they asked the question, is that the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Is that the best shot ever at McHale Center? Try and decide. Head on over to Wildcats 1290, our Twitter right now, at Wildcats 1290. It is our bonus question of the day. Which is your favorite Arizona men's basketball game-winning shot at McHale Center? Bob Elliott, 1973 to beat Kansas State. Craig McMillan, McShot, McClutch, McMiracle to beat Oregon State in 1986. Mark Lyons, the driving layup to cap the comeback to beat Florida on what is known to be one of the greatest sports days in Arizona athletics history, because the football team rallied to win the New Mexico Bowl, scoring twice in the final few minutes to come from behind to win, and then the basketball team rallied to win. Or Caleb Love with the three-quarter court heave last night to send the game into overtime against Iowa State, and the Wildcats finally won it. Caleb Love, how big a moment was that for you to make that shot?
Best moment of my life. You just got to give credit to God, and at overtime, obviously it wasn't going my way throughout the game, and you got to trust your work. Stay confident in your work. Stay confident in yourself, and it ain't over till it's over.
Best moment of his life. Well, if that's the best moment of Caleb Love's life, making that shot, I think that's got to say something about whether that's the best shot in the history of McHale Center? No? 520-848-1290. Last chance for you to get in on the program. Tommy Lloyd, you want an event or do you want a process?
Do you want to use this game as an event or do you want to make it, part of your process? And I hope we make it part of our process. An event, it starts, it ends, it's over, great, awesome. A process never ends, right? And so I hope we make this part of our process. That's what I'm looking for. Make this part of our process, part of our growth, part of our, developing convictions, learning from our mistakes. Because here's the deal. We're going to have to play Iowa State again. Mm-hmm. And we know they have something waiting for us in Ames. So, let's see how we look in another, 3 or 4 weeks whenever we play them next.
And how about the crowd last night at McHale Center, Caleb Love?
Yeah, nah, for sure. You hit a shot like that, you got to win it overtime. Like, there's no way we losing. I seen the fans, some fans leaving the game before the shot went in, and but we give credit to our fans as well though, because they showed up and showed out tonight. Probably the best outing that they had since I've been here, and so like I said, we give credit to them, and it was a great atmosphere tonight.
Tommy Lloyd had said just a couple of weeks ago, this is what we've got to have. We got to have this type of energy every single night for every single Big 12 game played here in Tucson.
The crowd is awesome. I mean, I love the late night crowd in Tucson. The kids are home in bed. Hopefully the parents went out to a good happy hour before, had a few tall boys during the game, and let's go. I mean, guys, Arizona basketball is special. In Tucson, the community's special. And the combination of those things is amazing. And they showed up today. They make an incredible difference. So, I encourage them to keep doing that.
I didn't get to have my tall boy until about 3 o'clock in the morning, but I hope you had your tall boy at the game last night.
What are you doing drinking a tall boy at 3 in the morning?
Hey man, you gotta come down after all of that. You gotta have something to relax you, to get you ready to go to sleep.
That's time for like some Earl Grey tea then or something. It's not a tall boy time. My goodness.
You're all wired from that, wired from the game, wired from talking to people till 2 in the morning. You kind of get home and you got to have that tall boy to kind of relax there before you shut it down. 520-848-1290. How about our Desert Diamond Casino replay for today?
Actually, yeah, my senior year in the state championship, we had 2.1 seconds left to go, and they lobbed it in for a bucket, and we won.
So you scored, wait a minute, you scored the game-winning basket in the state championship game.
Yeah.
So tell me about that play and how you guys got that done. And what you said that was your senior year?
Yeah, so basically it was my actual old team. So in my senior year, I played at PHH, and then I transferred to Dream City. And we played PHH in the state championship. And so then what happened? Oh, yeah. So then they hit a bucket, and we were down 1 point. So coach called a timeout, and basically they were double-teaming everything. And then so the inbounder was double-teaming me, and we were about to get a 5-second call, so they just lobbed it in, and I caught it, and I just put it back up.
Tell me, I know, obviously, I know your coaching staff really well. Tell me what some of the things you're taking away from Coach Todd and Coach Pete and Coach Ross.
So basically my biggest thing was also recruiting. And I just got a message from my coach that I got Player of the Week, so we can make that 5.
Hey, all right. Breaking news. Breaking news.
Yes.
Player of the Week, number 5 this season for Kylie Sowers-Miller. You heard it here first on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Yeah. But also, when I was looking into my recruiting, a thing I wanted is if I was going to be away from home, I need somebody that's a family-like. And I feel like the coaching staff here just fits that, as Coach Todd being like a kind of a dad role model, and Coach Ross being the annoying grandpa that everybody loves, and Coach Pete being the uncle. And I feel like Coach Pete has very, like, before I came to Pima, I was really, like, having a mindset of I just want to be done with basketball. Like, I don't love basketball no more. I hate basketball. Like, why do I even play? And when I came here, I was just fell in love with the game again. Like, there's no doubt that I wanted to go D1, because when I came in here, I did not want to go D1 at all. Like, I was like, okay, I'm just going to go to, like, a college in Arizona just to get out, like, my schooling out the way. But now, like, this has made me want to go back to D1 and go play D1.
Coach Rosborough, the annoying grandfather.
We all get to that point.
Oh, man, that's too funny. Kylie Sowers-Miller, the star of the Pima women's basketball team. That was our Desert Diamond Casino replay for today. Don't forget the ladies. Well, really the ladies and the guys. Let's see where the guys, the standings are for the men on the, I know Pima's in first place, but I'm not sure where Mesa is. Mesa is not very good. So the women's game is the one to see tomorrow. It's a battle for first place. Mesa's 10-0. Pima is 9-1. On the men's side, the Mesa is just 3-7 in conference play. So it'll probably be win number 23 in a row for the Aztec men tomorrow night. But get out and support them anyway. I mean, they're having a great season. We're going to take the show out there. We're going to find one of those weekday games coming up and take the show out there and celebrate Pima basketball because they're having a really, really good season up there. All right, that's going to wrap up our show for today. Dragon Ball, great job. Any final thoughts? Any parting thoughts for the audience?
Just remember this shot, but know that we've got more work to do.
More work to do. I actually had a question of the day, but I said, you know what? I'm going to save that one till after the weekend because we'll be at the halfway point when we come back next Monday, and I think that question is more appropriate once we're at the halfway point of this Big 12 season. So we'll just hold it.
This next road trip's a bit of an odd one because they go to Tempe and then they got to go up to Brigham Young.
Yeah, well,
so
they'll come
they're not
home.
in the same.
Yeah.
They're not in the same. They're not even going to be in the same state for this road trip.
Right. They'll come home first and then they'll go to Brigham Young. Yeah, we're getting into the different part of the schedule. It was kind of a 2-2 kind of thing where you 2 on the road, 2 at home, and I think now you've got some although this will be it'll be a 2 road kind of situation because you're going to go to Tempe and then go to Utah and then go to BYU. But you're going to have some one-offs as well coming up here in the very near future. Thanks to everyone that joined us. Thanks to Kylie Sowers-Miller for joining us on the program. For Cricket, for J-Dub, for Dragon Ball, my name is David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great Tuesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. DK on the Sports Tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. With some slowdowns, we've got some backups westbound on Speedway, backed up from I-10 to nearly Euclid Avenue. Also some slowing the northbound I-19 merge onto westbound I-10 and the westbound I-10 frontage road approaching 22nd Street for backups. There is a chance of rain this evening, 38 our low, 50% chance of rain tomorrow with 50 as our high, and it is 51 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Tap into your well-being with Audible audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Expand your life with expert insight and motivation for better health, habits, relationships, finance, and more. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Taxes was...